Afternoon and welcome to Football Park in Adelaide for the game between the rampaging Adelaide Crows, currently in a run of 5 games straight at Football Park, today up against Carlton. And the premiers of 2 years ago will go in as underdogs against the Crows, but they're pretty good at winning milestone games, and Stephen Kernahan today plays his 250th game. Coming into this round, Adelaide were in second place. For the moment, they've been overtaken by the Sydney Swans, but they can regain second spot if they have a win, because they have a great percentage, 126.9. And look at how far Carlton are out of business, and they certainly need to win. They probably need to win 4 of their last 5 games if they're going to make the finals. Other games being played today: Collingwood and St Kilda at the MCG, and Fremantle and West Coast at Subiaco. Many viewers will be showing highlights of those 2 games during the day, but many viewers will be taking the Collingwood-St Kilda replay after this, so we'll give you plenty of warning. If you don't want to spoil the fun of the replay, we'll tell you when to look away.
The 1997 AFL Premiership season, proudly brought to you by Foster's Light Ice for extreme refreshments. Telstra, making life easier. Qantas, the spirit of Australia. And McDonald's, the official restaurant of the AFL.
And with me in commentary today, Gerard Healy. A big day for Stephen Kernahan, a proud South Australian reaching this milestone for captaincy and 250 games at home.
Well, as the Carlton banner said, a true Carlton legend, and that he is. He's a legend of the AFL, in fact. A great player, and perhaps it'll be the inspiration that he's given the club and his teammates that could, in fact, lift the Blues to a win here, an unlikely win away from home.
Well, here are the Adelaide Crows. They've gone in with a pretty tall side. Chalmers comes in, replacing a smaller player in Rintoul, and you have 2 tap ruckmen, so they're pretty big.
They are big, and they're pretty good through the middle of the ground. They're also excellent up forward. Modborough, Jarman and Wren. What a full forward line that is. And if Matthew Rodbren continues his good form, then they're going to be tough to beat. Rodbren had a poor game up at Brisbane a couple of weeks ago. They went down. Today he'll be up against perhaps Michael Sexton, the best centre-half back in the game at present, and that will be a great feature of the match.
Well, here's Stix Kernahan with his little daughter, wearing the number 4 that he's made famous at Carlton since he came across from Adelaide in 1986. Stephen Kernahan breaking the record, 225 games today as captain and 250 games in the navy blue. Later on, we'll be speaking to Stephen's father, Harry, a famous figure himself in football. Here are the Blues.
And number 1, Stephen Silvani. Well, the potential is for him to play at full forward or in fact full back. If he plays at full forward, perhaps they're going to have to go with a Koutafidis at centre-half back. He's generally playing on the ball or on the wing, but it may be time for Kouta to step up and play in a key position, centre-half back, releasing Michael Sexton to full back to pick up Modra. Whoever plays in those key positions will certainly have the responsibility of shutting down 2 great forwards in Rodbren and Modra.
Well, this should be a great game, and after the break we'll be speaking to Harry Kernahan, father of Stephen. And welcome back to Footy Park, and there's Stephen Kernahan with his daughter just before the game, and a good luck kiss from his wife before he comes out to captain in his 225th game. He's been leading goal kicker 10 times for the Blues, a phenomenal performance. Mind you, he's under a bit of pressure to be leading goal kicker this year, and a man who's guided his career and knows Neil Kerley really well, and I'm sure he'd be very proud today. Harry Kernahan, father of Stephen, is down here with Curls.
Thanks very much, Drew. Well, Harry, it's another proud moment for you. As a footballer yourself, as a father of 3 boys who have played the game, you've had a lot of proud moments, but I guess today just about rates above them all.
Oh, Neil, it certainly does. You know, for Stephen to achieve a milestone today, not only his 250th, but being lined up with the likes of the very, very great Dick Reynolds is something that you know, we're very proud of. I know he wouldn't say much about it, but I know deep down that he would have a lot of pride in that achievement himself.
Because a lot of people forget the fact that young David played 50-odd games with Carlton.
Yeah.
And then Gary, the younger boy who ruptured his Achilles at the age of 19, looked like being as good as any of them.
Well, Gary was a bit unlucky. He's done his Achilles twice now, but he had a chance in football. But anyway, I suppose, Neil, in the whole context of the matter, I know that Stephen's got two very, very proud brothers and a very proud father.
And you've supported him also, or you've supported the three of them, but I guess the young fella Stephen is a little bit special.
Well, he's special in the sense that he's always under constant pressure from people within the media and without the media. And those people probably need a little bit of backup somewhere along the track, and I've tried to give that to him over a period of time, and so that's the way it is.
Harry, I know you're a very proud man today, and so you should be. All the very best.
Thank you very much, Neil.
Back to you, Drew.
Well, just before you cross back, Curls, who do you think will win today?
Well, I'm supporting the Crows. I think they play very well on this ground, but it is a danger game because they've got that showdown 2 next week. They're thinking of a bit. Carlton will take it right up to them. It'll be a tough game, I feel, but I still fancy the Crows.
OK, they'll certainly go in as favourites today. And it's interesting that Stephen Silvani has gone to the forward line. So he's at the opposite end of the ground to Tony Modra. And Modra looks as though he's being picked up by Milhana. Umpire bounces it in the middle. And Craig Bradley gets the first kick. But Hart takes the mark at centre-half back for the Crows. Not much breeze. Whatever there is would be favouring the Crows, but not even worth talking about. Mark Bickley won the toss, beat Stephen Kernahan for the toss of the coin. That's Caven. Terrific mark by Peter Caven. He was named at centre-half back, and here he is forward of the centre. Off the left boot, inside the 50. Wren's in the pocket alongside Modra. Wren!
And Sean Wren is going to be a real concern for all clubs facing the Crows in the next 2 months, given that the Crows continue their great form. Because just have a look at this. Gets rid of Peter Dean, and not too many better defenders than Peter Dean has been over his career, but just too small. And Wren just stood tall and threw the arms up and grabbed it easily.
So this would be a dream start for the Crows. Wren goes for goal, but there's not much noise behind the goals. He's pushed that away to the right-hand side. And a minor score. Disappointment there for Sean Wren. So we've got Milhana. Well, he started off on Modra. Now he's going for a gallop up the ground.
No, that's Justin Murphy. Will be just the designated kicker, but clearly Hannah is on Modra. And I see Mark Rasciuto also down there, and he's been picked up by McCaven. Rasciuto will perhaps change with Jarman as per last week.
That was a nice mark from Koutafidis from the kick in, and he has found Allen. So Matthew Allen out towards Andrew McKay under Ratton. This is a good build-up. Silvani leads and marks way out at half-forward. Steve Silvani probably outside kicking distance. He's looking for the short one. The lead is on. Now, can they get there? They can, but there's no mark to Clapper. Grabbed by Kernahan. Bends it back Jarman. It would have been out in the full anyway. It's a mark to this brilliant, centreman, come half-forward, come everything.
Played forward pocket last week and kicked 7. Here he is in the back pocket.
Yeah, he's a magnificent player. That's a bit of a boomerang kick out towards half-back. Here's Bradley. Jamison beats him to it. Bickley. Now Costa. The lead is coming out here by Modra. Justin Murphy's on Modra. Modra bumped away off the ball, and Andrew McKay sockers it off the ground. And Hannah going back onto Modra.
Well, that'll be a tough task for Milhana. Tony Modra, the leading goal kicker in the competition. Expected top 15 degrees, and we're 1 degree short of that at the moment. Here's the contest between Hannah and Modra. Sexton, he hasn't cleared the area. Big chance here for Bond. Oh, poster, right at the base of the goalpost.
So Adelaide looking dangerous already. Slight breeze going to the right of screen, the end that Adelaide is kicking to. Justin Murphy, better known as a forward. Starting off in defence. Here's a lovely kick, but this time he has found out Sean Wren way out there now. He immediately plays on. Here's Peter Barty setting sail for goal. That looks good. Beautiful kick. So Adelaide has started with a bang. 1 goal, 2. Carlton yet to score.
And quite conceivably that could have been 3 goals in fact, because Wren missed an easy one. And here comes Peter Barty for his second shot. This one sailed straight through. It does look as if Hannah is going to settle on Modra, although Justin Murphy will stay with Modra whilst or following a kick-out. And Hannah appears to, at kick-outs, be given the charge of getting down the field into the middle of the ground and creating a loose man.
Allen against Pittman. Pittman easily, but sharked by Bradley. Bradley to half forward. Good kick. Whitehead takes the mark. Bradley peeled past. He's gone very wide, though. Kernahan being picked up by Chalmers. The kick in short, and Clappe takes the mark. Matt Clappe, who returned to the side last week, replacing Greg Williams. Well, we won't be seeing Greg Williams this year, and grave doubts about whether he'll go on next year. So we've probably seen the end of Greg Williams after 250 games. He beat Stephen Kernahan to that mark by 2 weeks. Clappe for goal. Oh, it's a good kick. Full points. Well, the Crows have had all the play, but only lead by 2 points.
Yes, and we see that Craig Bradley got himself involved in that passage of play, breaking wide, giving them the link between the middle of the ground and the forwards. And Matt Clappe, well, since 1995, he's been up and down a little bit with injury, but this is a terrific goal into a bit of a breeze here at Football Park.
2 points the margin after a lovely kick. It's very difficult from that side of the ground. There's Mark Bickley, the half-forward line. A big contest here. Sexton against Rodman. Good play by Sexton. Didn't muck around. O'Sullivan quite happy to see it go over the line. Neil Kerley is on the boundary line.
Yeah, Peter Harry Kernahan in the Carlton rooms before the game said they were very fired up. And if my memory's good, Clappe kicked about 6 goals, I think, against the Crows a couple of years back. So he may be set for another good game.
That's Pittman. Quick kick is down to the foot line by Goodwin. Or Jarman went in very, very hard. Some strong work. Bradley goes in, was caught a little bit high. Here's Allen. Chipping in is Goodwin. Good tackle by Matt Hogg. Costa gets it to the brilliant Jarman. Jarman sets it up with a wobbly kick. Over the back was Wren. Still going after it, Sean Wren. Caught. Quick hand pass. Dean Rice takes the punt, gets it across to Andrew McKay, and they're off and running through Bradley.
4 kicks already to Craig Bradley. They've turned it over, though. Ormond Allen for the Crows. Forward pocket. Vardy dives. Couldn't quite take the slips catch. And Murphy makes sure it gets out.
I think they're kicking a lot further to the right of screen, Drew. I reckon 10 metres further.
Looks it, doesn't it? Umpires today, Dennis Rich, John Harvey from Victoria, and Michael Forbes from New South Wales. Allen wins the boundary throw-in, but Prosciutto's there. Murphy gets it away from him and finds the boundary line again. Justin Murphy, who, when he was at Teal Cup level, under 18s, played in the final for Victoria against South Australia here as a curtain raiser to an AFL game, and was then drafted by Richmond, since found his way to Carlton.
Again, it's Allen over the back. This is Mark Prosciutto trying to crash his way through. Rodman is there also. James gets it to Goodwin. Back to the half-forward line. Oh, the Carter Hogg took his eyes off it to allow his teammate to come through, but Costa is there with Andrew McKay. McKay takes it over the line. McKay has been in terrific form. Even when Carlton haven't been playing well, he's been a shining light in defence.
And interesting that Carlton's #1 tag and Matthew Hogg's picking up Costa on a wing, so a fair bit of respect there from David Parkin to the Crow midfielder.
Hit for Prosciutto and the poster for Mark Prosciutto. He really kicked through that ball and hit the woodwork hard. So Adelaide at the moment not getting full value for their attacking chances and leading by just 3 points. But admittedly, they're 3 behind. 2 of them have hit the post.
McKay, Bradley getting plenty of touches early. He's off and running, Craig Bradley. You can see that ball just float through the... Oh, there's almost a good mark. Taken by Chalmers. He's caught. Ratton. Caven intercepts. Peter Caven to the half-forward line. It's no mark, but Vardy latches onto it. And from 50 metres, Peter Vardy sets out the goal. Oh, great kick. 2 goals to Peter Vardy.
Well, the great strength of Peter Vardy is his exceptional kicking, and he gets on the end of this one from Caven, who's been a great success story since coming to the Crows, in particular under Malcolm Blight. His form at centre-half back's been quite exceptional, and a real running play giving drive. But Vardy, an exceptional kick, and he's done it well.
Peter Vardy has kicked both of the goals for the Crows. A big crowd willing the Crows on, but I'm sure they'll give Kernahan a cheer if he takes a mark and kicks a goal. Bradley once again out of the centre. Craig Bradley on fire. Whitehead with heart. Kernahan got it away from Chalmers. Whitehead follows up. Taken out by McLeod. Silvani on the forward line. They need his goal kicking, and it's a free kick to Stephen Silvani out wide near the forward pocket. Since moving forward, leaving fullback, Silvani's had a couple of bags of 6 goals and one of 5. And the crowd like that because it's gone straight out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, it's almost impossible from that angle. You're really better off looking for the short pass in and opening up the goals a bit from there. Rodney Jamison has been a real stalwart for the Crows for a number of years. To the half-back line. Oh, that might be a free kick against Allen. Yes, the ball was not within 5 metres. It'll be a kick to Pittman. Just a slight nudge. So David Pittman drives over centre wing. Robran is there against Sexton. That'll be a terrific contest. Dean Rice. Bradley again.
7 kicks.
Well, he's dominating. Koutoufides, they want a huge game from Koutoufides. On to Sexton, who's flattened as he kicked it. Umpire, has he paid it down the ground? Or is it a push out to Steve Kernahan? I don't think he paid it down the ground. It was a free kick to Kernahan.
Yeah, the umpire signalled that it was a free kick. Just in the middle of the ground. Craig Bradley, as you said, plenty of possessions. Clear push out there from Brett Chalmers. He's been picked up by Mark Bickley. I'm sure Malcolm Blight would ask him just to tighten up in this next couple of minutes.
So the Carlton captain kicks a goal. It's not a bad kick off the boot. He looks happy. It's through. So the Blues fight back, and they're only down by 3 points.
And as he can't play down injured on the outer wing, I think Michael Sexton's in a lot of bother here. A stretcher's going out for him, and there it was. He was crunched just as he got rid of the kick, and Michael Sexton, all-Australian centre-half back, is going to be carried off on a stretcher.
Well, what a shocking passage of play it turned out to be, despite Steve Kernahan getting the goal. It was a terrific conversion, but if they lose Michael Sexton, well, it's going to throw their side completely out of whack, because he is just such a fantastic centre-half back. To make things worse, one of the strengths of the Crows is their centre-half forward in Matthew Robran, and there you see it. Well, it looks like it was just an unintentional head-high blow, and he is down for the count by the looks. So already they're being challenged here, Carlton. Hamill appears to be coming on for the Blues, and looks like Lance Whitnell has been taken from centre-half forward, and he's gone down to pick up Matthew Robran. So a big challenge for the young man there.
Well, this is a shocking blow for the Blues so early in the game. About 11 minutes in, and Ormond Allen just cleaning up Michael Sexton.
Looked a pretty legitimate hip and shoulder.
Yes, I don't think there was anything untoward there.
Looked like the shoulder right in the head.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if the shoulder ended up hitting the head. It may just have been the vibration that caused it. We'll have another look. Yeah, I don't think that the heads clashed at all. It was just a terrific bump. And that's part of footy. But just having a look at some of the other matchups in the middle whilst we've got a second, as Michael Sexton unfortunately gets carried off. Brett Ratton, the best and fairest winner for the Blues. He's picking up Jarman, who is changing with Mark Rasciuto in the middle, in the forward pocket and out of the middle. When they go forward, Andy McKay is picking them up. McLeod's got Pearce. Jamison, of course, on Silvani. Caven was picking up Whitnell at centre-half back for the Crows, but he'll have a new opponent now, and Clappe. So already the Carlton hierarchy are being tested, and now they need to respond with superhuman performances here. They've got everything going against them. They're at Football Park. They're out of form. They need a win, and they've lost their key defender.
Well, just before all that, Stephen Kernahan did get his first goal for the day. Rashudo, the hand pass out of the centre square. Goodwin, been pretty good early. A first-year player, was playing his 6th game in the AFL. Simon Goodwin, and a ball up just outside the 50 for the Crows. They lead by 3 points. 2 goals, 3 to 2 goals. Well done, Pittman. Sharkboy O'Sullivan. Caven at the back. Costa burrowing in, spinning out Ratton. To half forward, McLeod leading Pearce. Pearce beautifully shepherded by Hart. Peter Parr for McLeod. Murphy waits for it. Rodman got a touch to it. Goodwin again, put high, and Goodwin will take the free kick.
Simon Goodwin, a long way up from goal. Now he's kicking it short here to Bickley. He can run on and have a shot at goal here, Mark Bickley. Oh, he's blazed it away to the right. And he has just got it home for one behind. So they've wasted a little bit of this breeze. They lead 2-4 to 2 goals. So 2 handy goals to Carlton into it. Justin Murphy. He's going to kick long this time. It's a beautiful kick too, out towards half-back, but Rennie's there in front. No mark. Over the back, almost a free kick to Hamill. James goes to ground. Andrew McKay did well. Kudafidi to Bradley, who's been great in this first term. He's got to kick it now. He does. Here's Silvani a chance. He should mark. Yes. No, says the umpire. He didn't hang on to it long enough, but I think the umpire probably right there, Gerard. He really should have marked that one, Stephen. He had the perfect sit. Yeah, I think you'd have to agree, Pete. Just didn't quite control the footy. Oh, he had it for a fair while, though, didn't he? And great chase by Trent Orman-Allen on Craig Bradley. So Mark Rashudo to centre wing. Allen at the back. Oh, good mark by Pittman.
Well, David Pittman, since getting a rev up from Malcolm Blight in round 2, he has had a fantastic season. The kick to the 50. Jarman beaten for it by Whitnell, who's had to go back and plug the gap left by Michael Sexton. Whitnell's kick. Allen on the run, marking in front of Pittman. The half forward, Caven in front. Well, they've kept it in. McLeod. Oh, perfect kick to Jarman. Darren Jarman, a very dangerous player. He hasn't been up near the goal square, not really in goal-kicking range so far, but up towards 50 to Rodman. Didn't get first touch. Beautiful hand pass to Bolt, and Bolt can tuck it into within about 25 metres and kicks a great goal.
Crows by 9 points after a brilliant hand pass by Rodman set them up. Here's Mark Rashudo, went without it. Now he gets in a hand pass. Murphy, he went in hard after it. Sullivan lays his tackle and the umpire will come in and bounce it. So slightly towards half forward for Adelaide. 3-4 plays 2-1 Adelaide in front. There's Peter Barty, who has kicked 2 of Adelaide's 3 goals. The umpires today, Dennis Rich, John Harvey, and umpire Forbes. Knocked on towards Bradley. He was held when he didn't have it. About another kick to Bradley coming up, which will be his 9th kick of the term, and we've still got 9.5 minutes to go.
Well, Craig Bradley obviously would have set himself for a big game to just to help out one of his mates, one of his best mates, of course, and Steve Kernahan celebrate what is a memorable day for him.
So Bradley for kick number 9 to the centre of the ground. It's thumped down by Chalmers. Ratton went in against Orman-Allen, and the umpire will come in and bounce.
Craig Bradley being picked up in the middle by Mark Bickley. Bickley 3 possessions, Bradley 9 kicks. And we're just midway through the first quarter. What a start for Braddles. Clappe couldn't get boot to ball. McLeod back to Hart. Well done, Whitehead. And then a good tackle by Hart. McLeod gets another chance. This ball's going nowhere. And the umpire will ball it up. Real contest. Open spaces here at Football Park. There wasn't too much room to move in there.
No, they're pretty well matched up at the moment, both sides, and clearly both teams have got a lot to play for. The wind just doesn't appear to be favouring the end at right of screen as much as we expected. So quite a good start from both teams.
That's Pittman with a wobbly kick or an ordinary hand pass by Ratton. But latching it on for Carlton was Matt Clapper. He's kicked it straight to Pittman. Now Pittman's having a very good first term. He is marked at centre half back.
Bond's off with Sampson for the Crows, the first interchange. He's going to come up with a nice easy kick.
He's out on his own here. Clay Sampson, former Melbourne player, has a bounce. Another one. He can go again if he wants to. He elects to centre it. Modra! Oh, he flew through the air, couldn't quite hang on to it. Hannah waited down. Matthew Hogg at half-back has taken the mark.
Not sure what Bond has done wrong. He's just kicked a magnificent goal, and about a minute and a half later he's interchanged. Allen up short of 50. Pearce. That was James who went off the ground. Here's Brad Pearce. Bouncing inside 50. Silvani beaten by Hart. On all fours, back to Bickley. Up short of the centre square. Sampson. He was crunched from behind and will take the free kick. Pretty timely interchange actually there by Malcolm Blight. Sampson got his first kick a mile in the clear just off the bench. Now here he is for his second. Out wide to Jamison up from half-back. Jamison to the 50. Here's Bond. Can he do it again? He goes back for a deliberate shot or a pass.
You'd think he'd get it on quickly just to get Sean Wren one-on-one against Peter Dean.
And Modra offers a lead in short. Here's Wren with the height. They triple team him. Dean got a fair bit of it. Off to Vardy, and Vardy's kicked the goal. He's got through.
Yes, and clearly he's just doing too much damage on Justin Murphy at the present time, Vardy. You see Murphy going for the double team there, and maybe that's the instruction from David Parkin. Somebody has to help out Peter Dean because he's just too small to be going with Sean Wren. Vardy, what a great start. 3 goals in the opening term. His confidence would be soaring.
Well, the margin is out to 15 points, and the crowd are very vocal. Allen and Pittman. Pittman's had the better of the duel. Kick number 10 to Bradley, but it's taken by a greatly improved player in McLeod. Beautiful kick. Finds Robert. He's outside 50, 60 metres from goal. It's pretty crowded down on that forward line. He's going the long bomb in towards the square. Modra! Oh, couldn't quite hang on to it. What a great leap again by Modra. And I thought he was going to be up there and taking another one of those ripper marks. Look at it.
Well, very few players in the history of the game have ever been able to pay for themselves by dragging as many people into the gate as they get paid. But this bloke is like Gary Ablett. He is worth his weight in gold.
Helped out of there by Dean, but it's still inside the attacking 50 for Adelaide, and they come up with the football. Vardy's kicked 3. This for 4. Won't make it. Modra. He kept it in. Good smother. Gee, they're under pressure. The Blues. Milhana. Well, Modra, he hasn't got on the scoreboard yet, but he looks as though he might have a tough day, Milhana. Hogg sweeps it to Bradley. What a game Craig Bradley is playing. Gets free again from Bickley. Another kick. Whitehead gets rid of Hart. Good hand pass to Hogg. Open forward line. One out is Silvani. Dropped the ground just at the crucial moment, and Jefferson got a fist to it and gets it out of bounds. Great defence by Rod Jefferson. Down on the boundary near Kerley.
Yeah, the reason young James was taken off, he had the checking, controlling job on Bradley, and of course we've all seen that he's not able to do that, so the interchange was made.
So Pittman and Kernahan, that was another opportunity missed. Taken by Pearce. Kernahan will try and centre it. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Chalmers. So the Adelaide defence holding up pretty well. So Brett Chalmers with a long kick. Kutafidis at the back, but at the front is Hamill. He gives it off Bradley. Kick number 12 for the quarter. Silvani in front, pushing and shoving. McLeod tried to kick it off the ground. Here's Ratton. He comes back. Clappe gets it to Hamill. Hamill up in front of goal. He blazes it wide and sneaks it through for one behind.
Well, Craig Bradley, if he keeps getting a kick every 2 minutes, what's that, about 40 for the day? Not a bad day's work.
He's certainly on target. I just wonder whether Malcolm Blight wouldn't be considering Kim Costa, because he really isn't getting all that many kicks on a wing. He's being tagged by Matthew Hogg, and perhaps he could go on to Craig Bradley.
Chalmers couldn't take the mark. Adelaide work it forward. Bond with Rice. Dean Rice into Hogg. Puts up very high, just to the 50. Oh, Allen was lucky he got the ball at all. Back to O'Sullivan. 55 metres out. O'Sullivan off the left. Well, that was never going to be a score. Certainly not a goal. And made it easy for Jamison. Now Costa. Look at Caven. 25 metres in the clear. Robin leading at half forward. He's playing on Whitnell. Unusual spot for Lance Whitnell. Caven taking it a long way. And then a poor old kick. Oh, Rashuto. Over Robin's head, giving O'Sullivan a chance.
This is Andrew McKay. The Blues have to do more up forward. Kernahan shepherded well, allows Hamill, his teammate, to come through. He goes to ground. Chalmers went in hard. Free kick should be to Carlton here. Holding the man, advantage paid. Andrew McKay can run right in. Here's his chance. He runs around, nearly slipped over. Gives up a hand pass. Kudavidi's an open goal. Bang! Right through the middle. Well, the Blues keep fighting. They're only down by 8 points, Gerard.
And they should be down by a fair bit more than that, because it was a bad turnover by the Crows on the half forward. They had control of the ball, and Mark Rashuto just must have timed his handball a little bit too well, because he was going to Robber and it went over his head. Quick turnover, and Kuda took a pot shot from the wing, so he's getting into the game. 2-2 and a goal now.
4-4 to 3-2. And Adelaide, who stormed away last week and kicked 8 in the first quarter against Richmond, being held a bit more today. Jarman out of the middle. Ran attacked it hard. Whitnell going back to centre half back. Sexton off the ground, carried off on a stretcher already. Murphy overruns it, and the ball straight out of play.
And the change has been made there. Murphy's gone up onto the wing, onto Costa, and Hogg, who started on Costa, has gone back and picked up the dangerous Troy Bond, who's in a bit of form. Well, I know you see things differently from the boundary line, but I would have sworn it was Bickley that was picking up Craig Bradley from the start.
Well, Hogg had a nightmare last week. It was Allison who kicked North Melbourne's first 5, so his opponent won't want to get too much of it today near goals. Allen back to Craig Bradley. Now that is 13 kicks for Bradley. I can't remember a player getting that many in one quarter. Rashuto. McLeod puts it out wide for Robrin. Whitnell in pursuit, gets the lucky bounce. What a turnover.
Now, Kudafides can run here. If they can kick another one, it'll be a good quarter. It could be a free kick here over the shoulder to Kernahan. You've got to protect the player in front for the ball. Now, something has to happen from here on in. Silvani's gone up there. Now he's leading too far out from goal. Well, Kudafides has gone back. Now it's kicked wide in the direction of Pearce. That's very poor forward play. And now, why wouldn't you go from there straight for the top of the goal square, Gerard?
Well, I guess the problem there is that the marking player is Stephen Kernahan, who's just reintroduced himself to Brett Chalmers on the way through. Kernahan has gone to full forward. Silvani's out at centre half forward. Maybe they needed a Kudafides or...
Well, he was there. He was back in the square, and they didn't kick it to him. Now, here's Rashuto kicking around the boundary line. Bickley was appealing for a free kick. I think it was a bit of staging there by Mark. Rashuto went in hard, and now the umpire will come in and bounce it. So, actually, in the end, not a bad quarter by Carlton, because the Crows seem to have been well on top.
They could certainly have a 3 or 4 goal lead here. Another important move is that Rice has gone on to Peter Vardy, who's been the really dangerous forward on the ground.
Yes, the Crows have been setting up some of their big wins recently with jumping out of the blocks in big first quarters. Well, this doesn't constitute a big first quarter. 4-3. And just under 2 minutes left to quarter time. Pittman gets it across to Bickley. Oh, courage was shown then, running in the same direction as the ball. Clappe to centre half forward. Murphy. Breeze is light. See if he can pierce this and get the distance. Murphy to Kernahan. Good punch by Chalmers. Plenty of blues. Whitehead went nowhere and through for a minor score.
Well, an opportunity missed there by Whitehead. He was under more mental pressure than physical, but when you're a forward and you're up there, it's early in the game, you haven't had that many touches, you just want to get the ball onto your boot.
Peter Caban to centre wing. Bond couldn't get it on the third bite. Taps it back. This is Mark Bickley to the half forward line. Young Whitnell, Lance Whitnell. Oh, that was soft. Robin's kick in towards full forward. Allen puts himself there. Oh, he's made a meal of that one. Allows Modra to grab it and bend it back at goal. And almost did a leg break. And that's a bit of a poor attempt to mark by Allen then. Almost cost them a goal. 4-5 to 3-3.
And Hannah doing a pretty good job on Tony Modra at the present time. Modra, of course, could have held a couple of screamers, but nobody's going to be able to stop you when you're that high in the air. Hannah's got a good track record against the same player.
Comes down to the front to Ratton. Here's Craig Bradley for kick number 14. I don't know who ripped his jump, but nobody's been that close to him. Pierce.
That is clever, isn't it? That is fantastic.
He's in absolutely outstanding form, Craig Bradley. He's going to give the Brownlow medal and the Carlton Best and Fairest a real shake. And he's certainly in the groove at the present time.
What about when he pretended he's going to kick it long and then just chipped it in short?
Great peripheral vision there. And summed it up pretty well. He would have just made the goal line at all.
Pierce for goal from right in front. He's got it. 2 points the difference. Well, the Blues have come to play today for Stephen Kernahan in his milestone game, and Craig Bradley is leading the way.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say, Drew, that the Crows would certainly know that they're going to have to work hard to get these 4 points. There's a real contest developing here. Both sides are squared off pretty evenly. It's the best I've seen Carlton play for some time. They struggled last week against North Melbourne to get goals in the second half, although from all reports they played quite well up until half-time. Malcolm Blight, as you saw in the dugout, he'd be pretty concerned at this stage.
I think his quarter-time address might be pretty interesting here today. Pittman, shark there by Rapp. No time to get a score for the Blues. Well, they held on extremely well, Carlton. They were under siege early, and Adelaide's inaccuracy, and they did hit the post a couple of times, but they lead by just 2 points, the Crows. And Craig Bradley had 14 kicks and took 2 marks in a quarter of football worth coming a long way to see. We have come a long way to see it.
Yes, we have, in fact. And when you factor in the wind advantage, and it's probably a goal, maybe a bit more, Carlton's finished up winning that quarter. Stephen Kernahan they'd be pleased with, getting on the board with a goal early. His form has been mediocre, I guess, by his outstanding standards, but they have been led brilliantly by Craig Bradley.
At quarter time, Adelaide 4-5-29 to Carlton 4-3-27. And that quarter went 32 minutes and 11 seconds, a long one. And down on the boundary line, here's Curls.
Well, the message of the Carlton camp then was keep the pressure on, keep applying it. Stephen Kernahan very, very vocal there. He was just asking his players to keep the pressure on and tackle hard. Stephen Kernahan may have a trouble with his left lower calf. Keep an eye on him this quarter, will you?
Start of the second term. 2 points the margin in favour of Adelaide. Get the flags. It seems to be the breeze has sprung up a little bit. McLeod. The centre wing O'Sullivan used his body very well. This left foot kick, or he brings it back to half foot. He's looking for Whitehead. Couldn't mark. Kicked away by Ben Hart to the centre of the ground. Vardy to Bickley, the half forward line, and Robin is marked out in front of Lance Whitnell. Robin has gone wide. This is Bickley. Brings it in low, and he finds Mark Prosciutto about 40 metres from goal on a 45-degree angle.
Nice passage of play, wasn't it, by the Crows? They're kicking into a slight wind. And having this fellow's bulk and his kicking ability up forward is a major advantage, and it's been quite a remarkable season for Mark Prosciutto. He was the best midfielder in the game, or close to, in the first 8 or so weeks. Had a bit of a trough in the middle of the season, but back to his best. And a fair interchange with Jarman, who's just started in the centre.
Now he's yet to score a goal. He keeps it low, and by the crowd reaction he has missed. And he certainly has. It's pretty difficult on the side of the ground that he kicked from to score goals. Now Murphy. If he kicks long, we'll just gauge how far he does kick it. So we're almost to the centre wing area. Kudafiti's at the back, but that's a nice mark in front by Trent Orman-Allen. A beautiful mark. One grab. Now he brings it in short, and he finds Prosciutto again. Now Modra's calling for, it's an ordinary kick, and he's kicked it straight to Andrew McKay.
Well, he just kicked it off the one step there and didn't get any momentum in the run.
So McKay to centre wing. No mark. Here's Bradley again. Now he'll chase after it. Caven's hot and he's hammer. He went past the ball. Hamill. Bradley might end up getting another kick here. There it is, number 15. And he's kicked it out the full.
His foot sore. Ball out of bounds, out of side. Curls, what about a report on Michael Sexton?
Yes, it's not too bad, not as bad as it first looked for the listeners or the viewers back in Melbourne. He has a shoulder injury, and the doctor at this stage not quite certain if he'll be able to take his place again.
Sean Wren, too tall. There's not a backman in the league who's as tall as him.
And it was Robert Shaw who opened up his coaching career over here by placing Sean Wren in the forward line. He wanted to utilise him as a forward and have Pittman rucking, so a bit of credit to him.
Good kick. Another poster. Keeping score, that's 3. 3 to the Crows. And once again, wasting opportunities at the start of this second term.
Adelaide may just rue their missed opportunities in the first term. If you can get a visiting side down, you can break them early.
Murphy way out to centre wing. Caven just gets his boot to it. It'll be a mark though. A nice mark taken by Clay Sampson.
Well, the crowd is hooting because Tony Modra has been in the square by himself for a good 4 or 5 seconds as Clay went back, and as all coaches have told their young chargers, get back and have a look at the options quickly.
Yeah, he's got a kick from right on 50 or just outside. Not a bad roost. Across his body. Wren was there, still in play. Yes, Modra kept it in. No, he didn't. And the crowd trying to influence the boundary umpire down there. But it'll be a throw-in right beside the behind post.
A few vacant seats around. It's not absolutely jam-packed, but still a very big crowd. Carlton haven't come over to Adelaide too often. It's just their 3rd game here for premiership points. Prosciutto back over his shoulder, offline, and another miss to the Crows. Well, it's been on their forward line since the quarter started, but they haven't managed a goal yet. 4-8 to 4 goals 3, so they've kicked 3 behinds to nothing so far this quarter in 4 1/4 minutes.
Again, Murphy kicks long. Caven sets himself. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Here's Kim Costa. He races clear and brings it in the danger area. Hannah was there, and Vardy, taken by Murphy. He gives it off to Ratton. Ratton brings it out to Pearce, and Carlton can race away with it here. He sees a loose man. That's excellent football by Allen. Now he gives it off to Whitehead, who goes wide. He's got a running player in Hamill. He can run off onto the right boot from 55 metres. He kicks a goal and blazes it away and has missed.
Mark Prosciutto was incensed by being ignored on a lead by Kim Costa. He was 30 metres clear. And it's quite remarkable that the Adelaide Crows have been peppering the goals, and if Carlton just find one in the next minute or so, they'll go ahead.
McLeod up towards centre wing. Kudafidis gets back. Very well done by Goodwin. Sampson into Orman-Allen. His kick inside the 50. Good punch by McKay. But it lands with Robrin. Hoisted very high. Wren camps underneath it. Prosciutto again. And the ball held in. The umpire will ball it up. Prosciutto's had a few chances in front of goals. 3 behinds. And not much happening on the scoreboard, with nothing for Carlton this quarter, but not much for Adelaide. Pittman did well. And ran off the ground. Chopped off by Hannah. Well, this is trouble. Inside 50, Kim Costa marks. Very slight breeze, whatever it is against him. This would test him. Ran off as a lead in short. And Peter Dean, that time you weren't beaten for size, Peter. You were just flogged off the mark. Look at the gap he put in.
Certainly some latitude there. And he looms actually as the most dangerous forward for the Crows at the moment, because when he goes to the ball, he's dragging an extra player with him, and so there's a free man on the ground.
Kick by Wren. Close. Have to wait. Great goal. So they kicked the most difficult one.
And it certainly has just thrown a spanner into the works for all sides preparing to play against the Crows. And as we head towards the finals, they're certainly going to be there. And you just wonder, what are the other finalists going to do about this bloke? If he can maintain his form, he may well be the man.
Well, it's crunch time now for the Blues. The Crows lead by 10 points. Beautiful kick from Wren on a difficult angle. Pittman and Allen taken by Bradley again. He's been sensational. Silvani. Kernahan leads in the race. Oh, he's done a hamstring, I think, Kernahan. Or maybe a calf. He might pick it up in a moment. Here's Silvani, a chance on the left. Well done by Jamison. To Bickley, on to Sampson. The centre wing, 2 bites of the cherry, and it's taken by Hoggan. Kernahan's in deep trouble down there at full forward.
He's torn a calf in the foot.
He'll have to come off, I'd say, shortly. Here's Jarman receiving from Caban. In the red again. And you're right, Gerard. He is looking the danger up forward. Sean Wren.
Well, not just dangerous today, but I reckon every other side who's considering playing this side in the next 2 months will be quaking in their boots.
Well, a big kick by Wren. He's hooked it slightly, gained a lot of distance. Now, Neil Kerley is on the boundary line. Have you seen what's wrong with Steve Kernahan, Neil?
Yes, they were working on that at quarter time. It's the lower calf down by the Achilles in his left one, and they were working very hard on it. And obviously Stephen is in trouble, but he can play with injuries, this boy.
Well, looking at him chasing after the ball, I think he'd have to come off.
Murphy kicks in straight up the centre. Gets to the back of the pack for Craig Bradley again.
That's a free kick, surely.
Ratton, beautiful hand pass to Whitman. Yeah, Blues looking all right here. Koutafidis can kick them from a mile, and he's kicked out a mile offline. Gee, what a strange break it took. Caban kept it in. Now here's rebound football. Kim Costa a mile in the clear. Working down the outer side. Margin 11 points in favour of the Crows. Robin, centre wing. Working the ball on quickly. Sampson. Ran again. Oh, a couple of juggles, but it wasn't a mark. He flips the ball on looking for Modra. And Rice, well, he went to rush it behind and missed it. And that's now a free kick. I think he was aiming to give away a score, and it just passed on the wrong side of the behind post.
Well, if you're going to go for deliberate points, you've got to be accurate. Tony may be able to bend one round here with the boomerang.
He hasn't kicked a goal yet. He still hasn't kicked a goal. 2 behinds to Tony Modra, who came into the game with 73 goals, 31 for the season. Here's Bradley kicking out. Why not?
We count this one, Drew. So Craig Bradley goes short to Hannah. And Bill Hannah's done his job. Koutafidis gives it off to Luke O'Sullivan, who bends it back. It'll come over the top now. Here is a big chance for a goal to come up here. Adrian Whitehead. Will it sit for Kloppe? Oh, that's not good football. taken by Costa. They really did muck that up. Ben Hart should have been a gimme goal, taken by Trent Orman-Allen. The centre wing Rice is there. He's beaten by Vardy. Peter Vardy on centre wing. Just looking for Wren. Modra flies middle of the pack. Now a chance for Ricciuto, an open goal. No, he elects to pass it instead. He finds Sampson right in front of goal, 20 metres out.
Yes, and Carlton have put up a fantastic fight in this first half, but you reckon that they've just about shot their bolt. Because Kernahan's clearly unfit. He's going to have to come off the ground, otherwise he'll risk tearing that calf. Have you got any further update on that, Neil?
Yeah, just going back to Kernahan, Peter McKenna said take him off. Peter, would you like to be the runner to go out and say, come on, Stephen, you're coming off the ground? I wouldn't.
Well, Sampson has kicked the goal and put it through. Well, the Crows doing it well now. They lead by 3 goals.
And just have a look at the skills of Riccardi. I should say of Ricciuto. Riccardi had great skills yesterday, in fact. But he does rove the ball well, so he's as good on the ground as he is in a pack. He could have gone for the long bomb, but just brought a young man who's just starting out his career with the Crows into the game with a nice gimme goal.
Clay Sampson, the goal scorer, playing just his 15th AFL game, started with Melbourne.
I was going to say earlier, Drew, the Melbourne recruiting staff got a bit of stick at the start of the year, but they've got Trent Orman-Allen and Clay Sampson here playing with one of the top sides in the competition.
What did Melbourne get back in return?
Good question.
Orman-Allen, kick smothered. Allen. Peter Dean cleaned up, didn't see it coming. Caven's there for the Crows. Peter Dean's up and running. Vardy, who kicked 3 first-quarter goals. Rodgren been moving around beautifully. That's 4 marks. Inside 50, Wren. Oh, hands to it again, but no mark. Now Silvani's back in defence for the Blues. Oh, quickly outmarks Bradley. Jamison. Oh, that's great football. And Sampson is proving a problem. Here he goes for his second. Offline.
And he's had his hair cut as well.
Yes, I thought that'd be there at some stage.
Well, he has had the ball on the string in the last 5 minutes, Clay Sampson. And Carlton at the moment, they just don't look like scoring up forward. Silvani's in defence. Ratton and Bradley. Bradley again takes the mark.
Handball.
First.
McKay wide, looking for Whitnell. McLeod's after him. Good effort by young Lance Whitnell. That was terrific. Well done. Now he gives it off to Brett Ratton. This is where they've been falling down. We've got a chance here. Yep. Nice mark. Peter Dean. Might test him for distance. Kernahan is on a lead, and Dean's electing to have a shot. Steve Silvani is on Sean Wren down the other end of the ground as Peter Dean. They could do with a goal here. Oh, he's placed away to the right, and it is out on the full. And it's not happening for the Blues up forward.
Well, Peter just tried for a little bit of extra distance then. Didn't quite get it right. He's had a great start to the game. I'm still just concerned about Stephen Kernahan. Right now, he's perhaps going to miss a week or 2 with that strain in the calf or the Achilles, but if it rips, he may well be playing his last game for the year.
Orman-Allen up very high. Ricciuto, very clever. Ball out of bounds. Talking footy around the country tomorrow, Monday night. And our special guest this week is Gary Ayres, coaching the all-conquering Cats who lead the league at the moment. Gary Ayres on Talking Footy Monday night. Allen, didn't seem to be a lot in that. Free kick paid against Pittman. Margin 19 points in favour of the Crows. Kernahan at the back. Can't jump very high. Oh, he's no good, Stephen Kernahan. He can't even get to that ball.
Why are they leaving him on? It's ridiculous.
Well, I think it has just torn again. He's really in a lot more pain than he was. He's just got to come off.
He should have been off a quarter of an hour ago. playing with one short.
Yeah, he's been waved to the bench. Well, what a disappointing finish. Well, you imagine it's the finish for the day for Stephen Kernahan. The day when he breaks the captaincy record and plays his 250th game. Off he goes midway through the second quarter. Adam White comes on to replace him. Chalmers has been playing on Kernahan. Celebrates his departure with a kick. Here's Craig Bradley, another handball. He had 16 kicks straight. Now he's gone for 2 handballs in a row. O'Sullivan. Whitehead. Now where are the Blues going to get a score now? Silvani in defence. Kernahan off the ground. Bickley.
Mark Bickley, he can go wide here to Sampson. No, he went to Rashudo instead. A magnificent hand pass finds Sampson. Oh, he kicks straight into the man coming towards him. And then the kick out wide. That was
Darren Hume.
Really out in the full, so just bounced before the line. It's on centre wing. So touchdown there by Pittman. They pounce in on top of it. Darren Hume, who we had crossed out earlier before. The ground announcer said wasn't playing. He's out there.
All best investigations, and you can't find out who the lineup is.
Exactly. Now kicked away. Taken by Bradley again. Bradley to half forward. Chalmers is the flyer, middle of the pack. Taken by McLeod. Andrew McLeod off and running down to Robin, who marks centre of the ground.
Robin 5 marks. Odra. Oh, great roving. Bomb. Oh, don't tell me. Just offline. It would have been a second magnificent goal to Troy Bond. The first quarter effort was fantastic. 20-point lead to Adelaide. So the Blues looking very rocky, but still they're not blown out of the water yet.
But it's only this inaccuracy of the Crows keeping it in at 18 scoring shots to 8.
Now, here's a chance. Pearce on to Hume. Hume, an ordinary kick, but it might come off here. A quick hand pass out towards Whitehead. Whitehead goes in to get it again. A chance now for Adrian Whitehead. He pulls it back. Should be a mark. Yes. Allen has marked 10 metres out, but he's going to be on a very difficult angle for a left footer.
They've continued to work hard, the Blues.
Well, here's the kick from Allen. It's I think he's put it through with a banana kick. Yes.
Scoring shots to 9. At the margin, just 14 points. Allen down to Koutafidis. Here's Craig Bradley again. Kick the goal yourself, Braddles. Well, he went for it, gave it everything, and sprayed it. 18 kicks, 2 handballs to Craig Bradley, and he knows that was a big chance. The forwards had all led up, and he was on the run. Should have kicked it.
Well, if he had have kicked it, they would have only been at 8 points down. And the blood rule, Trent Orman-Allen coming off. Adelaide seem to have had all the play in the last 15 minutes, but Carlton hanging in there. Now they're waiting because the interchange play wasn't ready to come on.
He's been dishing a few out, Trent Orman-Allen. Cleaned up Sexton.
And Matthew Collins coming on the ground. Now, if Carlton could pinch a goal here in this passage of play, we've got just under 6 minutes to half-time. It would be a very valuable goal. Dean to do the ruck work against Pittman. You would think Pittman would win this with height or umpire not paying a free kick. McLeod went without it. Luke O'Sullivan bends it back. McLeod again and just hit the line. So it'll be a throw in at the 50-metre line.
Well, their only loss at this ground this season against a visiting side, if you discount Port Adelaide, was against North Melbourne. And North Melbourne were in similar circumstances. They didn't have Carey, who was expected to play. He didn't play. And then Corey McKernan went off very early. But still, North Melbourne came up with their best win of the year.
Brad Pearce pumping it forward. Dean. Whitehead. got it to the goal square, but Costa whips it away. Nobody to kick to. He wants the boundary line. He's got to rove his own ball. Adam White. Oh, well done by Costa. Bradley flipping it up. It's ruled a throw by umpire Harvey. Advantage to Adelaide. Bickley gets the high pass away, and just on the ground, Collins. Well, Whitnell back to centre wing. Some turnovers in this game. Which one will be critical here? Bradley over his head to no one. I think he should.
Well, Justin Murphy should have been there for Bradley, but he just sat back, no second effort.
And Peter Vardy takes the mark, 49 metres from goal.
Justin Murphy has to do a lot more with Gerard.
Well, he gave the handball to Craig Bradley, then sat on his heels rather than following his handball through. And Bradley expected him to be on the move as he would have been, and he wasn't there.
Vardy for his fourth. That is a great kick.
Can we get it? Yeah, fantastic kick from Peter Vardy. Isn't he just an enormous boot? Ever since he burst onto the scene. Just have a look there. There was the handball. And there was no follow through. Justin Murphy just coming back on the scene there. And he wasn't to know that he was to be tackled, Craig Bradley, but you're just never out of the play with this oval ball, with it slipping and sliding and bouncing awkwardly. You never know what's going to happen, so you've just got to continually be backing up and supporting the play you've given it to.
20 points the margin. Oh, really got flat in there, Matthew Allen. Sock it off the ground now. Let's see what Murphy can do here. He's onto the left. Peter Vardy has kicked 4 goals. This is Adam White. An ordinary kick again to the forward line. Quickly. Further afield it comes to Pittman. He gives it off to Caven. Caven, an ordinary kick also up towards half-court. Silvani against Wren. Free kick to Silvani, holding the man. And Wren acknowledges that. Now, a loose min out here for the Blues. He's got to kick it now, Stephen Silvani. Finds Rice. Now, Rice will chip it across to Ratton. Back to Silvani. Oh, an ordinary hand pass, but he's able to retrieve it. And kicks to Matt Allen.
Allen at centre half back for the Blues. 3.5 minutes to half time. 20 points the margin in favour of the Crows. McKay outnumbered 2-1. Well, he did try to get it out. Crowd won't holding the ball, but it'll be a ball.
Good umpiring by Dennis Rich there.
Silvani started on the forward line. He's gone back into defence to try and stop the marking supremacy of Wren. Kernahan off the ground injured. Sexton carried off the ground on a stretcher. And the forward set up at the moment is Peter Dean, Pearce, Hamill, Whitehead. So how is Carlton going to get a winning score? You'd have to wonder. Bradley. Oh, Braddles. First time today you've made a blue. And that will be a ball up. Trappe about to come on. And sprinting off Adam White. And Stephen Kernahan's been leading goal kicker 10 years in a row at Carlton, but he's under pressure to make it 11. Good tackle by Chalmers. Now Ratton.
Half forward is Pearce. Oh, he did that well, Pearce. Just a little touch. Oh, great pickup. That was terrific. Kudafiti's got to do a little bit more. Now he's got it. He's going to centre it. A big chance here for Allen at the back. He's marked. 40 metres from goal, directly in front with Matthew Allen. He's still hanging in there, Gerard.
They are. They're doing remarkably well, the Blues. And Matty Allen's having a fairly good day. Pittman also going well. They're just about breaking even. But where he's perhaps doing better than Pittman is when he pushes forward into the Carlton forward line. And that may be the key to their success. They do need someone to take some grabs up there, and maybe he could do the ruck work and then push down to that centre half forward, full forward area.
Well, he's already kicked one, and they really do need this Carlton. He is directly in front. It's an up and under kick, a little bit of a hook, and I think he might have missed. Yes, he has missed. He's had 6 kicks, 7 handballs and 7 marks, Matthew Allen.
Yes, that's a pretty good output against Pittman, who's had 8 possessions and 2 marks. Goodwin. Not too sure which way to go. Jamison. Chalmers. Probably appreciate the absence of Stephen Kernahan. Up to Caven. Just setting up slowly. And now switching to Hart. Oh, he had his backward clap, eh? Him on the back of the scone. Sampson gets the ball to half forward. Vardy hits Rice. And Kudafides just evades the tackle, diving his hog to take the mark. Carlton managed just 1 goal, 2 in this quarter, but Adelaide haven't raced away. They've kicked 3-7 in this second quarter. Kick by Hogg over the wing. Dean hits the catch. Caven takes a top mark.
Well, they've got a shortish forward line now, the Blues, and they need better kicks into their forward line than that one. It wasn't really to the advantage of any one of their forwards, and Peter Caven just came up with a great grab.
So Caven to the half-forward line. Should be a mark. It is to Kudafides as the time clock ticking down to half-time. Siren about to go. There it is. Good turn by the Crows. Carlton still in there with a chance, Gerard.
Yeah, you've got to admire the way Carlton have attacked their footy this afternoon, led by Craig Bradley. Stephen Kernahan has gone off the ground, but Stephen Silvani has gone from the full forward line back to full back. Mark Bickley, well, he's been chasing Craig Bradley all afternoon. If Carlton are to win, they need the likes of McKay and Kudafides to really just have their best half for the season. It would be a remarkable victory, but the Crows, they had their opportunities to put the Blues away. Darren Jarman, one of the few Crows not to be on top. Brett Ratton certainly has fixed him up this afternoon, but as we know, he only needs 2 or 3 kicks and he can kick some goals. So Malcolm Blight, whilst he'd be relatively happy and relatively comfortable in the knowledge that he's got this game in control, just you think that the Blues are still hanging in there. Milhana, a good job on Tony Modra. The Crows in control at the present time, but need to do some work in the second half.
Yes, Modra, no goals, no marks, just 2 kicks. Adelaide 7-12-54, Carlton 5-5-35. And welcome back to Footy Park with the second half about to get underway. Craig Bradley nearly wearing the number 21. It's just about torn off him in the first half. And down on the boundary line, Neil Kerley.
Yeah, thanks very much. Well, David Parkin certainly has his hands tied here. Losing a centre-half back and a centre-half forward certainly doesn't make it any easier. It's a bad one for Stephen Kernahan. You know, I think a fellow like Kudafides will have to stand up and play as a tall player to try and get them through. They're applying a lot of pressure, but whether they can keep it going for the entire game remains to be seen.
Thanks, girls. Fine conditions. Perfect for football. And Pittman about to go against Allen in the ruck. 19-point lead to the Crows. Allen doing well. Down to Clappe. Up towards the 50. Oh, it bounces back on its point. Whitehead. Oh, the hand pass was short of O'Sullivan. Chopped off by McLeod. Rodman. Modra leading only to out near the 50, and Costa is about 70 metres out. Wren's in the goal square. On the 50 is Pittman. Well, chopped them up beautifully here. Wren's still in the goal square, and Silvani went to him halfway through the second quarter. Wren wants it long. And he gets a long one. And high. Might suit him. Very well done by Allen, who plugged the gap.
And Darren Jarman is in the hands of the trainers on their half-back flank. He's come up with a bit of a shoulder injury.
Kudafides marks that kick from Allen. Allen had a particularly good second term. Centre wing, Hamill caught at the back. Caven at the front. Hamill off and running. He's got some support in Murphy, or he was almost covered. Whitehead, Bradley, another front. Well, he's had a sensational day, but he still ends up with the ball. To the half-forward line, Hume went past it. Pearce is there. Strong tackle on Cave, and he gets in a hand pass. Costa to the half-forward line for Adelaide, and the mark has been taken out there by Collins. So Matthew Collins, way out at half-forward, brings it in towards the pocket. Modra on the lead, finally breaks the shackles, and that's his first mark of the game. So that's how well Hannah has played on him. He'll kick for goal from 50.
It's really the first time we've seen him lead out to that forward 50, so perhaps that was the instruction from Malcolm Blight to open it up a little bit and let him lead on the mobile Hannah.
So Tony Modra has kicked slightly to the right and has missed, so he's yet to score a goal, so Hannah's done his job.
Well, and that's yet to score a goal against Carlton this year, because his only goalless game earlier on was against the Blues in round 3. And that day it was Glenn Manton who did the job. Stephen Kernahan sitting it out with the rug on the legs. Silvani, not a great kick. And once again they get a bad bounce. Chalmers. Collins, good hand pass. And here's trouble. Good one. Left footer right through the middle. Simon Goodwin in just his 6th AFL game. Well, Stephen Silvani won't be very happy with that kick. That was just up the ground about 35 metres. Missed the target, sat up for the opposition. That was all she wrote.
Yeah, some of Carlton's skill level has been pretty ordinary. Goodwin his first goal. So good start to Adelaide. 61 plays 35. Carlton just have to improve that field kicking a little bit. Pittman taken by Bradley. Yet another kick. Half-forward line for the Blues. Attempted kick in mid-air. Socket away by Costa. Bradley again. Chalmers after him was grabbed. Socket off the ground. Taken by Robin. He sockets it off the ground also. Taken by Costa, who bends it back. Well played by Hannah to attack the ball. Modra tried a spectacular kick, and the umpire will come in and bounce it. Umpire John Harvey.
And really it's the midfield of Carlton that are keeping them in this game, and a couple of defenders who are doing particularly well, but they're not going to be able to hold back the tide, and you just reckon the Crows are just setting themselves at one of those explosive quarters.
Matthew Hogg clears the defence up towards centre wing. McLeod having a good run with Whitehead. Ratton, Koutafidis, Pearce waits. Another bad bounce for the Blues. I can't remember how many times that's happened. It definitely favoured the Crows then, and has done many times. Clappe ridden into the ground. The crowd not holding the ball. That Clappe might have taken a couple of steps with it. It will be bounced right in the centre circle with no restriction.
Yes, a little bit fortunate there. The crowd certainly demonstrating. But still, the player who goes in first for the ball should get a bit of help. There's Sampson going forward. Now some holding going on. Which way? It's a Carlton free kick to Matthew Hogg against Bond. So Hogg to Hannah. Now, danger. Hannah's going to chip it back. Lance Whitnell is marked in the back pocket. Sexton is off the ground. So is Kernahan. Centre half forward, centre half back. Brett Ratton. Centre wing. Oh, the big fist come over the back. Koutafidis. McKay has tried very hard. Koutafidis again. Now Ratton. McKay again. Good play from the half-back, but he kicks into the man coming towards him. Oh, they go in hard after it. Collins, a quick kick. Rice at the back. Now Red. Off the bottom. Great tackle there by Silvani. Here's Robin bending it back. A one-on-one contest. Good umpiring to call play on, because that was a terrific contest. Barty caught by Rice. Great tackle, Silvani, and that was an excellent passage of play. Some terrific tackling.
We mentioned the two players that Carlton are missing now, both Kernahan and Sexton, but they also went into the game without Adrian Hickmott. He was replaced by Darren Hume, so they're lacking his height and mobility as well.
Wren's kick smothered. Rice works it to the boundary line. Well, two players have left the ground for the Blues, but where's Ormond Allen, Curls?
Sorry?
Ormond Allen.
Yeah, Ormond Allen, unfortunately, has a crack to the jaw, so he's got a broken jaw. And it doesn't surprise me because I saw it happen.
Oh, okay. Well, let's... So, they're one short. Looked as though their bench only had 2 on it to start this half. Here's Whitehead. Ratton. Say things like that, Curls, and the tribunal might be getting in touch with you during the week to give evidence.
I'm the 3 monkeys then.
Chalmers went for too much and kicks out of bounds on the full.
So you're saying it was untoward, Neil?
Well, as you know, Ormond Allen put Sexton down with a beautiful bump over there, and we'll leave it at that.
So Luke O'Sullivan from way out at half forward. The lead is on by Peter Dean. He's got it on the boundary line, tries to centre it. They need a mark. They've got it. A mark right in front of goal. I think it's Hamill. It is. Number 36 there. Aaron Hamill will kick for goal from about 15 metres.
And they just continue to work hard, the Blues, against well, against the odds at the present time. Playing here at Football Park is a significant hindrance in itself. But not only have they got that problem, they've also lost a couple of players, as we said. And we've got to come up with a multiple goal kicker.
They need this one, and they have it.
So a goal each in this third quarter. And the margin 20 points. Pittman gets it going Adelaide's way. Chopped off by Ratton. O'Sullivan taken off the ball pretty well there by Goodwin. Hume a little hand pass, but not to a man in any sort of a position. And O'Sullivan, sorry he ever got it. Luke O'Sullivan comes up holding his head. Well, he slipped at the vital moment and got Jarman's shin into the head. Bounced by umpire Harvey. Give it to Allen. Vardy's kicked 4. Whitnell forced back into defence. Hamill gives chase out towards centre wing. Hume's hand pass. Whitnell. Long way from goal. Pearce. 75 metres out.
I'll tell you what, Lance Whitnell has done a pretty good job at centre half back.
Kick by Pearce. One out is Dean. And rode by Whitehead. Goal! And the Blues are not to be denied. Margin back to 14 points.
And they're really making a match of this. And if the Crows just settle back a little bit further and just take that foot off the accelerator just a little bit more, they're going to be in for a torrid 30 minutes, because make no mistake, every Carlton player out here would understand the responsibility they have in producing a winning performance for Stephen Kernahan in such a memorable game for him. It's payback time as far as they're concerned, I'm sure. And if they're given that just that little bit of a sniff, then they may be able to produce the superhuman in the final term.
Well, Allen doing well in the ruck now. It's flicked over the back. Hume went without it. They're still working hard. Clappe was grabbed. It's locked in here in the centre. But, Gerard, the back line has really tightened up. Silvani's doing his job on Wren. And, of course, Hannah has held Modra. And, as you said, Lance Whitnell doing well at centre half back. Yes,
he's breaking even with Matthew Robin at the present time. But it's just, this game really is about emotion, isn't it? You can see the Carlton players are so determined just to do well and not let their skipper down.
Well, here's the brilliant Bradley receiving from Kudafiti. Gee, if they can get another one here. Oh, no one went for it. Hart kicked off the ground. Oh, it's a mark or a free kick to Ben Hart. But the Carlton players stood back there. On the mark is Pearce. They really had to make a contest of that mark then.
Interesting marking decision. Didn't look as if Ben Hart had full control of it. Maybe it was a free kick.
So Ben Hart came into the Adelaide Crows side a few years back in a blaze of glory. He's a terrific young player. That's a great mark by Wren, who's been moved onto the ball. So Pittman's down there in the forward pocket. Silvani picking him up. Wren to half or Jarman. McKay at the back. McKay's been a good player. Well played by Whitnell. Almost threw it away. Doing all right, though. Taken away by Matthew Hogg. An important ball here. Allen worked hard. Bickley to the pocket. And it should be a mark. It is to Sampson.
And Blighty's looking for some more run in the middle of the ground. He's brought Matt Connell on. Brett Chalmers off.
Centering kick. Peter Caven right in front. Well, Sampson's kick was pinpoint, but well, there was almost, it was like a lighthouse there. With he was a bit of height, and he had the light flashing as well, and the waves weren't even lapping around the cliff. Caven. He'll kick from about 30 metres. Nevering down. Back to 20 points.
And a pretty good goal from Peter Caven, who continues his fine performance as a centre-half back for the Adelaide Crows. Clay Sampson also doing well. So they've got a number of their recruits really performing for them that have come to the club over the last couple of years. But undoubtedly, one of the great success stories has been Caven. His mobility is a major factor.
So again, the margin out to 20 points. Allen gets a favourable bounce. Oh, Bradley flattened. There will be another kick to Bradley. The crowd don't like it.
It's a bit rude when you boo one of your favourite sons.
But it is, he was crudely dealt with. A beautiful kick by Bradley. Pinpoint accuracy. Finds Clappe. Onto the left he goes and hooks it back in the direction of Pearce. Wasn't a good kick. Pearce will let it roll to the line, I would think. So Neil Kerley is on the boundary line.
Yes, Peter, one of the reasons the Crows are struggling today is that it was through their midfield. Last week we had Jarman, who's hardly touched the ball since quarter time. James, Bickley and Rasciuto in total control. Today they can't find the ball at all, Harley.
Jarman just 5 possessions. Kicked 7 goals last week. Wren. This is where it might get tough for Matty Allen, because Wren's come into the ruck to replace Pittman, and Allen's a lone hand in the ruck for the Blues. That was important that Andy McKay stopped that ball. That was brilliant to Rice. Bradley attacking, defending, working the midfield, and here's Allen. He's got Hogg on unmarked at centre wing. Matthew Hogg now. Gets around his opponent Collins. Good kick. Peter Dean. 45 metres out. About 48 metres. Pearce leads. Good lead. Well, that's a bit more like what they were doing in '95 when they won the premiership. And Brad Pearce can kick truly here. It's back to 14 points midway through the 3rd quarter. Carlton lead the head-to-head games against Adelaide 8-2. Pearce has kicked it well. The Blues fans behind the goals like it. That's Pearce's 2nd, and he's the first multiple goal scorer for the Blues, and it's 67-53.
And good work once again by the Carlton midfield, who we've said a number of times are well in control of this game. Matthew Hogg, that move up onto the wing has also been a success. He started across the wing when he was on Costa. Now he's actually gone down onto the half-back flank, so picking up the wing, picking up possessions across the midfield just indicates the level of running he is doing, and that's the answer, the key for Carlton, if they can just continue to dominate the middle.
Allen and Wren. Wren won that. Oh, Bradley again, brilliant. Too long. Got his boot to it though. Kick back towards the centre of the ground. Wren, danger here because the Crows go forward through Costa. He can have a shot. Right on 50. Hand pass over the top. Should be a gimme. Robert an open goal. Kicks. One through the middle. The Crows have the answers at the moment. Carlton hanging in there. And again the margin out to 20.
Well, it was Craig Bradley. He just couldn't quite get his footing right to get the boot to the ball. He was looking to get the big quick kick away. But the Crows just swamped him, and I think they realise that he is the man that the Blues are trying to get the ball to, so they are really paying him a lot of attention. But a nice turnover and a good finish.
A Well, last week when the Crows kicked their highest score in their history, Jarman, Modra and Rodgren kicked 15 goals between them. And today, Rodgren has just one, and that trio, down from 15 goals last week, has one between them today. Ball up, down towards half forward now for the Crows. Back to 20 points. It's been a pretty popular margin, 20 points in favour of the Crows. Rich, Harvey and Forbes in charge. Ratton controls it. Might have been a bit slow to get rid of it. Bickley a good tackle, but no whistle. Out to Murphy. Good hand pass now. O'Sullivan. Here's kicked to Dean on 50. O'Sullivan going past. Dean thumps it long. Bradley. Oh, he didn't get to the contest. Oh, the punch went backwards. Pearce, hand pass, Whitehead, goal! Well, how Carlton are doing this, I'm not sure.
Well, they've certainly got the legs just working overtime, and any loose ball, they are all over. And their skills are pretty good at the present time. They're finding a loose man. Bradley just getting a body on body there, which created a loose ball. They've taken Justin Murphy off the Blues and brought Adam White back on. So Adrian Whitehead came up with a goal against the tide, but his second for the afternoon. And we've got a very interesting game now.
Well, terrific effort this by Carlton with a couple of champions off the ground. Wren is trying to take over. Bradley again has been sensational. He's kicked his mark down here by Caven. 25 kicks to Bradley. Peter Caven, a greatly improved player, can play at both ends of the ground.
It's been one of the Crows' best this afternoon, just holding them up.
Yep, very, very good. To half forward, Wren is there. Allen, disciplined, goes for the punch. Comes back towards Bond. Modra bumped off it again. Jarman around the corner goes Jarman, a brilliant goal. Well, every time Carlton get one, the Crows are able to respond.
The value of Darren Jarman is that he can be a match winner with 7 goals and 30-odd possessions. But even in his quiet games, he's always dangerous if he's down near the goals. And who knows, that may well be his strength when the September action comes around. That may just take 4 or 5 kicks for Darren Jarman to stamp his authority on a game. How he squeezed through that tackle is beyond me, but he got it through in the end anyway.
Well, in this quarter, it's 4-1 Adelaide, 4 goals straight Carlton. It's just goal for goal, and the margin is oscillating between 14 points and 20 points. Bradley gets it from Hume. Now Koutafidis. Hume follows up. McLeod. Prosciutto. Short of half forward, standing his ground as Matthew Hogg to take the mark. The margin currently 20 points, 79 to 59. 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Craig Bradley, he started with 14 kicks in the first quarter. He's now coming up for his 26th. Couldn't last, could it? But he's still going great games.
So we've been told the breeze is picking up and Carlton will be kicking with it in the final term. Now, here they go again through Goodwin. The Crows. The kick comes down to the half-forward line from Matthew Connell, taken away by Whitnell, who looks as though he can make a defender. Hogg has been very good. Oh, O'Sullivan went without it. Goodwin was hitting hard. Goodwin again. Connell after it as well. And the umpire will come in and bounce it halfway between centre of the ground and half-forward for Adelaide.
Right at the moment, in the middle of the ground, between the half-back and the half-forward lines, those 50-50 balls, Carlton are just 10% harder at it. And despite their injuries, despite their lack of having a key forward firing, that's what's keeping them in the game.
Wren wins. Ratton traps it. And good distance from a standing start from Brett Ratton. Jamison a fumble. Oh, he did well. He beat 2 of them. Then touched off the boot. Ratton applying the pressure. Koutafidis. Whitnell. On his own is Hume. Last minute inclusion in the side. He approaches 50. This would be some goal. Pearce in the goal square. He's got it.
Terrific quarter, Gerard.
Yeah, they're not to be denied, the Blues. And, of course, the Crows are doing a pretty good job also. As Luke O'Sullivan is about to be replaced by Justin Murphy. Important shot, this one. They get it back to 14 points.
And he sneaks it home. That's his third. So it is just you kick a goal, we kick a goal. You kick a goal, we kick a goal. All through the third quarter.
Well, let's see if the Blues can break the momentum at the present stage as we see Darren Hume deciding to take on an opponent, and that's the way to go. They've got to take risks, Carlton, and they did that. So whose turn is it now? It's the time for the Crows to take it out of the middle and go bang.
Again, the margin is 14 points in favour of the Crows, and Brad Pearce becoming a very important player. He has now kicked 3 goals. Here's Costa. Every time Carlton's got one, the Crows have been able to go forward. Whitnell. Here's Adam White. Oh, he should have got his boot to that. Jarman sets it up for Sampson. Now Mottram for his first goal. Well, a bad mistake at half-back for Carlton, and the Crows have made the most of it.
Well, I mentioned that trio who last week kicked 15 between them, and they've just gone bang, 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 one each. Jarman, Mottram and Roderick.
And that was the turnover there, just a lack of awareness across the half-back line. Good pressure from Darren Jarman. And 2 involvements from Darren Jarman have resulted in 2 goals for the Crows in the last 5 minutes. And if the pattern continues, Carlton will go forward and kick a goal.
But Carlton's take about 2 minutes, and Adelaide's reply is usually about 20 seconds.
Right.
Wren. Whitehead, been pretty good. Costa wrapped up in a good tackle, and that will be a ball up. Just under 4.5 minutes remaining to 3/4 time. The Crows 85, Carlton 65. If you've just joined, Michael Sexton carted off on a stretcher in the first quarter. Stephen Kernahan in his record-breaking game limped off in the second quarter, and Trent Orman-Allen for Adelaide is also off the ground with a suspected broken jaw. So there have been some physical hits in this game. Carlton have really come over to play, and Adelaide, who went in as hot favourites, are struggling to shake them off. Here go the Blues. Clappe. Murphy just back on. Good hands this time. Whitehead, excellent. Bradley. Hume. Bradley gets Bickley. And a ball up.
Terrific pressure there by Adelaide. Carlton almost off and running. But it's an enjoyable game, particularly this third term where it's been goal for goal. Carlton realising they really do need this win if they're to participate in the final series. They're battling hard against a pretty talented side. Wren has done pretty well in the hit-outs. Hamill gets it further afield to Clappe. No mark. This is Connell. Bends it around, finds Rasciuto. Now he's got Costa running for him. King Costa races around the half-forward line. He'll centre it, no doubt. Brings it in towards Modra. Hannah at the back. Modra at the front. Modra is marked. A good mark. Now he's on the boundary line, but this guy can kick miraculous goals. He's only kicked one. Hannah has done well. I wonder if he'll go for the boomerang or check side, as they call it over here. Great camera shot from behind Modra. Well, he did go for it and has missed.
Well, that's just about a game breaker, that, because the margin's 21 points. It hasn't been that, I don't think, all day. But Modra has kicked 1 goal 4. Silvani wants a long one here. Allen works in front of Robran. Caven flew through the air but missed it. Robran did well. Bond missed it. Sampson the hand pass to Costa. Bond. And through for a minor score.
Yeah, just one more handball required there from Bond. Yet Caven running past. It was a 2-on-1 scenario. The overlap was there.
Milhana. Oh, Silvani almost slipped then. And Steve Silvani Chips it further afield. This is Clappe back to Silvani. He's going to drive it long to Andrew McKay. And he finds him out here at halfback. He's battled really hard, McKay, as he normally does. But he's kicked this time straight to Caven, one of the big improvers in the AFL. Kerley nearly got flattened down there. Onto the dangerous Jarman. He washes away, nearly caught into the pocket. The fly is by Modra, but Hannah is there to knock it over the line.
Yeah, Curls was right in the firing line then. Had to vacate very quickly, didn't you, Curls?
Had him well covered. I could have dropped the shoulder.
You would if it had been a Carlton
But then the
player.
Carlton supporters would have been after me.
McKay weaves his magic at halfback. Silvani. Good long lead by Peter Dean. Still at halfback. Whitnell. Whitehead on the wing. Pretty good, Adrian Whitehead. Loses out here to McLeod. In short to Costa. A minute left in the third quarter. Margin 22 points in favour of the Crows. Ran at centre half forward. And I'm scanning the field. Allen's up near the goal square. Now, how will Wren go with his big knee brace? If he didn't have a crook knee, that'd be hard enough to carry around with two really good knees.
It's actually a very long kick, Drew.
Yep. Sean Wren has kicked 1 goal 3. He's kicking from just outside 50 metres. Ever so slight breeze at his back. Oh, it's got the distance, but he hooked it.
Just 23 seconds before the three-quarter time siren. And you would probably back the Crows from here, but Carlton just hanging in there. Andrew McKay again. And the crowd telling him to hurry up. They want to see another Crows goal. Here's Pittman at the back, goes for the fist. Taken by Brett Ratton. Further afield is Bradley. He might have another kick. Yes, he will. We'll give him that one. Right on three-quarter time, and the scene, Gerard, set for a terrific last quarter.
Particularly if the Blues can continue their work right through the middle of the ground, led by Craig Bradley, who finished up with probably got the first kick of the quarter the way he's going, and certainly got the last kick of the quarter. They did very well, Carlton, to hang in there. It looked as if the Crows were set to really blow the game out of the water with a couple of early goals, but they kept on answering, and we saw a real goal fest in the term. Peter Dean got involved in the action. Matthew Hogg had a pretty good quarter across the half-back line. But it was Darren Jarman, in fact, who really did just put his stamp on the game with a couple of possessions, and Sean Wren going into the ruck as a bit of an emergency procedure there from Malcolm Blight. But the scene is set, I think, Pete, for a tremendous last term if Carlton can continue their work rate.
But it is the biggest break of the day. 23 points. Adelaide 12-16 lead Carlton 10 goals 5. Well, Stephen Kernahan limping off. There he is with Glenn Manton. So the Blues 2 players down, the Crows 1 player down. It's been a game for attrition, Curls.
Certainly is, and Malcolm Blight's a bit concerned at three-quarter time. When Malcolm starts pushing his left hand through his hair, you know he's pretty worried. But David Parkin has just asked for a special effort because he realised that this game is the game that sees our finals hope stay alive. It's not an individual effort, he said, a complete team effort he's looking for.
Well, the left hand through the hair trick. So the bounce of the ball to start what could be a terrific final term. Kudafiti's caught high. Play on now, calls the umpire. The advantage paid as it comes down towards half-forward from Whitnell. The mark taken by Murphy. Now, the leads are coming, but Murphy's going long to a vacant goal square. Now will it clear the man? Oh! Marked right on the line by Jamison.
There's a centimetre in that. Out to Robrin, who marks on the defensive 50.
And he's alone because Lance Whitnell just ran from centre-half back to almost shepherding that ball through on the goal line. A great performance after a long spearing kick to Justin Murphy. He looks pretty much at home at centre-half back.
23 points the margin. Adelaide in front. A push, yes. Rules umpire Michael Forbes. So it goes against Matty Allen and Sean Wren. Peter Caven has been very good. He's taken 9 marks, coming up for his 17th disposal. Modra underneath the ball. Rice dives at it. Rashuto. Pressure on the forward line for the Crows. Modra couldn't get a kick. Shuffled backwards by Collins. Ratton did well to Rice. Straight up the centre corridor. Murphy the only chance here for Carlton. He pushed. And once again, umpire Forbes says it's against Carlton. And the free kick goes to the Crows. And just for the record, free kicks are 13-11 in favour of Adelaide.
But once again, we saw Brett Ratton winning a 50-50 ball in their forward line, in their defence, I should say. It's where the Crows have got to get better.
Here's Collins going forward for Adelaide. Modra has marked. He has finally broken the shackles away from Hannah. And to the delight of the Adelaide fans, has marked in front of goal.
Well, Collins came onto the ground midway through the first term. And he's had a fair few possessions, Collins.
And he may have received a free kick there if he had not have marked it. And coming off the ground, looks like a good one. Maybe coming off for Adelaide as Modra kicks for his second. And he has done just that. 2 goals to Tony Modra, and very difficult now for the Blues.
Yeah, the first couple of goals were going to always be pretty important. So if Carlton are to hang in, they've got to respond. And Collins just camped at the front of the pack, and that's the high percentage area. I think it's about 75 to 25. Balls will go to that front area as against the back. And it did tell on the finish with Modra just getting away from Milhana and converting a pretty simple shot for him.
Vital first goal of the final term, and the margin 29 points. Bradley, Hume, hoiks one out. Allen, Whitehead's kicked a couple, goes wide for Hamill, 40 metres out. So he's had 11 possessions, he's kicked a goal, and Aaron Hamill. Well, they can't just go goal for goal in this last quarter, Carlton. They've got to start stringing a few together. They've got to make up a 5-goal deficit now. Well, he went for the distance and hooked it into the trees, out of bounds.
It's a poor kick. They really did need a goal there. Ben Hart. Good, solid, reliable defender, Hart. Very quick and difficult to break the shackles when you're on him. He brings it to halfback. He's looking for Wren. Oh, big fly was by Allen. But the mark was paid to the man in front, Sean Wren. Really starting to come back to tip-top form. That might be out in the full. Just inside, Jamison. Rodney Jamison to centre wing. Oh, kick out with the foot. And I agree with the umpire. I agree entirely. When you kick a guy out of the contest, what hope has he got if he's in front? A kick from Whitnell, now towards half forward. Rice, good mark by Dean Rice. Long, long way out from goal. Pearce is lurking around, maybe going to lead, yes. In fact, there was, waiting for it, but the mark has been taken here at half forward by Hume. So Darren Hume, there's a buzz in the crowd. They didn't agree with the umpire on that marking decision. Darren Hume brings it up towards goal. Connell at the back, it's a mark. I think, well, it might have been touched, or was it a mark to Pearce? No mark. It'll be a goal to Murphy. I think he's kicked it. Yes. So Justin Murphy's kicked his first, and the Blues again hanging in there, Gerard.
It's unbelievable. Darren Hume has done a great job also since coming on. And let's just have a look at that. It was very close to a mark. Craig Bradley swooping on it. Good vision there to set Murphy up, who laconically puts through a goal. Just to keep us sitting on tender hooks.
Margin back to 23, which was the difference at three-quarter time. Goal each in this last quarter. Wren wins. Overrun by Clappe. Guess who gets back there? Craig Bradley should have given the hand pass. Oh, he's turned it over. Collins.
Free kick for Bradley.
It's a whistle, a high tackle on Craig Bradley. But the first option was going to be the better one. He's coming up now for his 28th kick. And if you joined us late, he got 14 kicks in the first quarter, Craig Bradley. What a start to the game. He's kicked a half forward. Fumble there by Clappe. And whipped out to James. Jarman back to James. Modra falling short of him. Nobody in the goal square. Gave it plenty, but too far. And through for a minor score.
The crowd rises every time Modra goes near it, but today his opponent has done well, Milhana, because he can match Modra for strength. The Carlton defence certainly looks better when Silvani is down there too. Good kick in. Finds Dean Rice. Now, Rice can go short here. It has to be with accuracy. And he finds a man in Clappe. Andrew McKay. Whitnell. Oh, that's intelligent play. Oh, his teammate Dean was about to run off the ground. Wasn't ready for the hand pass. Back to McKay. Wide to Hume. An open goal looms. Darren Hume, oh, he can't bend it back enough. In fact, doesn't quite make the distance. And I don't know what Peter Dean was doing there. I thought he'd run right over the boundary line. Here's a kick out and almost on the ball, but it'll be a throw-in.
He got Tosca, hasn't he? He was well over the boundary line.
Well, he stopped dead, young Lance Whitnell. He stopped dead looking for his teammate. He wasn't there.
I think he had brake failure.
Allen got a fingernail to it. Koutafidis to Hume. Murphy at centre half forward.
Good use of the body there by Justin Murphy. He didn't push him in the back, just went to the side.
Can kick big bombs. He's got onto this. Goal! And did it so easily. 2 goals in this last quarter to Justin Murphy. And once again, we have a game where it's just free kicks the difference.
And Darren Hume, once again, it was getting the ball from Koutafidis, who did well to get a ball that was in close. And there it was, just getting rid of Andrew McLeod, who is one of the centre half, or one of the back flankers of the season, from my point of view. Just nudged him out. And as you said, Drew, is capable of kicking long bombs.
Murphy has kicked 2, and his value is definitely on the forward line because of that kicking ability. Allen and Wren. Centre bounce important here. Big thump by Wren. It flicks over the back. Clappe might get there first. He's got it. He needs to find someone with this kick. Oh, he's kicked to a contest. Bradley there. Went past it. Taken by Mark Prosciutto. In towards the pocket. Vardy. Rice is after him. Vardy has kicked 4 goals. Taken by Bond. Bends it back to Robert. No mark. Here's Matthew Collins. Bending it back direction of Modra. Well done by Hannah. Terrific use of the body, but it's a loose ball. Connell. Oh, he's kicked the goal. Matthew Connell has thrown the ball on his boot and bounced it through.
Well, they're just responding now, the Crows. They haven't worked as hard as the Blues, from my perspective, but they've got more talent. They've got a pretty good structure working for them, and well, there wasn't just quite enough support or even that little bit of luck there for the Blues, because the ball was brought to ground by the defence, but not enough support.
The pattern of the third quarter continues, where Carlton work very hard and take a few minutes to get a goal after an Adelaide goal, but the Crows seem to be able to come up with an answer within 30 seconds. Ratton. Oh, Pearce. Good mark. Oh, he's got many men running on forward. Allen and Bradley there. Matthew Allen has it 25 metres from goal. Now, this will be a quick reply by the Blues. And I don't think they've managed one this quick in the second half. Mind you, he hasn't kicked it yet. Only 1 goal, 1 today. The Blues desperately need this. 23 points the margin, 24. Back to a 3-goal game.
down there. Either of them could have shared it, but that time was Allen.
So Malcolm Blight was just looking a little concerned. Allen wins that one. Koutoufides. Important get here is socket off the ground, though, the Crows' way. Rice putting the pressure on Vardy. Good contest. Vardy caught with it. And the umpire, Dennis Rich, will bounce. So Neil Kerley is on the boundary line again.
Yeah, Peter, Malcolm Blight said before the game that they're in a sort of a training routine at the moment where they're training very hard. And down here, it just looks as though Carlton have got a bit more run their legs.
Connell bending it back to the half-forward line. Courage is needed. All the players waited for it. It's shuffled out. A long hand pass. Comes back towards Robin, and he very intelligently centres it to Costa. So they've got the answers, Gerard.
They haven't. They won an important ball there just across the half-forward line, and smart work there by Matthew Robin just to keep a cool head in a pretty tense situation here for the Crows. They are being challenged. He sets up Costa for pretty much a certain goal.
So Costa for his first, and he's kicked it.
So the margin continues to blow out. It's now at 24 points. 4 goals in front are the Crows, and you can't imagine that the Blues will get to a situation where they're going to challenge for the victory. But you can't help but admire their work rate and their performance today. The Crows have just maintained a steady work rate, and they should go on and win this match.
Luke O'Sullivan prepares to come onto the ground for Carlton. 11 and a half minutes remaining in the game. Allen wins. There's no rover there for the Blues. Prosciutto. Wide to the outer wing. Costa, who kicked that last goal. Oh, White jumped all over him and marked. Crowd not happy. Previous one, a foot in the back, went against the home side. So much of a foot in the back then. Oh, Cloud. No mark. Down goes Whitehead. It went Carlton's way. Allen, good hand pass. Whitnall. Oh, he's missed it from about 30 metres. That would have been a bit handy.
It's good play, though, Drew, the way he is running down the ground, Lance Whitnall. He's playing on Robin. He's prepared to back himself in. Jamison in the back pocket. Wren, he's got the height. He's got a couple to beat. He's too tall. He plays on. Matthew Connell, Dean's after him. They've got him. Well done by the veteran. Holding the ball. Tremendous play by Dean. On to Allen. Allen chips it wide. Murphy has marked at 50.
He'll kick this. This is his distance.
Well, he turns around. He goes bang with the long kick. It's off the side. Koutoufides couldn't mark. And I just wonder if he would have taken a little bit more time and gone back and had a set shot.
The open goal mouth
Yep.
beckoned, and there's no doubt that's the quickest Peter Dean has run for a decade.
Yep. Crows bring it in. Margin 22 points. Carlton have just kicked a couple of behinds. Prior to that, since half-time, they kicked 8 goals straight. James kick. Koutoufides. Loses out to Bickley. Cross half back. Could be dangerous. Oh, not with that man there. Darren Jarman. Beautiful to watch. To Hart. Half forward. McKay puts on the score, but the ball got behind him. Robin. Modra.
Nice work there by Matthew Robin. I think his fitness maybe taking a toll now on the youngster Lance Whitnall, who's doing well running forward, but may not just have the same recovery as Matty Robin, who's been under this pressure at the top level for a bit longer.
Modra's kick across the face of goal and out of bounds on the full. So he's had a funny sort of a day. He's kicked 2 goals, 5 and 1 out of bounds on the full. And up to half-time, he'd had just 2 kicks.
I think Malcolm Blight sees the joke.
No.
Adam White is marked in the back pocket. Blues trying very hard. Andrew McKay, a very good mark at half-back. Haven hotly pressing him They've tried their hearts out, the Blues, but the Crows have had the answers when it has been needed. Big punch away by Andrew McLeod. And over the line as Peter Dean crashes into the fence.
Now, talking footy, the program on Monday night for the serious football watcher, and tomorrow night, Gerard's on the show with Bruce away, and the guest is Gary Ayres, the Geelong coach, around the country Monday night talking footy. Bradley, another kick. Oh, they mucked it up. The umpire's got in the way. A Carlton player's down. That's White. Bond, a little kick to James. 22 points the margin, 8.5 minutes left. 4 straight kicks for the Blues. There's time left. The trend of the match doesn't suggest they're about to string 4 together. Andy Mackay, a good mark.
He's a terrific player, Andrew Mackay. He's got a big heart. Been in good form in recent weeks. In towards the pocket. The Crows have got the numbers. Punched away from Murphy. Little Hume went up and went to the punch. James dives on it. And didn't really attempt to get it out, but Dennis Rich is going to bounce 15 metres out.
Adam White is in a bit of trouble. The umpire's collected a scalp. He's being carted off the ground. Assisted by the physio and the trainer.
It's tapped over the back. Whitehead was grabbed. Tapped to the line by Mark Rashudo. As Adam White is being carried off. I don't think he wants to come off. He wants to go back on and get into it. As we look at it in replay, just look at him. He's arguing with the trainers.
He may well be concussed.
He doesn't know whether he's in Adelaide.
You're right.
Or Durham.
And Hamill will come on. Yes, he's out to it. Look at those eyes.
Now, the umpires come off as well. Dennis Rich, one of the veterans in the umpiring fraternity. A towel
for the blood rule.
Yeah, a towel being held to his neck, Dennis Rich. And we just missed it there, but there was a clash between White and Rich, and they've both gone off the ground. Girls, did you see it from where you were?
Yes, he's got a cut at the back of his neck. He's not seriously hurt, just a bit of blood.
Here's Peter Dean, forward pocket, Pearce, almost one-handed Hart, and the ball out of play.
Great to see great sympathy there from Niels to the umpire.
Yeah. And what about the crowd? They cheered him when Dennis Rich went off.
There's Dennis, one of the veteran umpires, he and Rowan Soers, the 2 oldest in the competition. Here's a chance for Whitehead. Across the face and just bounces before the line. So it'll be a throw-in that forward pocket area.
Only a flesh wound, was it, Neil?
Pardon, it's just a light flesh wound, but full marks to Carlton here today. They really have worked hard with a depleted squad, and you know, they're giving their coach everything they've got.
Ren
and Allen flicked over the back by Allen to Hamill. What can he do? Oh, it's just still in play, in fact. Oh, Peter Dean off the side of the boot. And Jefferson is marked. Oh, boy. What about that play, Drew?
I couldn't believe they didn't kick a goal there or get a shot at goal.
They're out on their feet, a lot of the players out here. They have put in overtime.
Well, the Blues, one of their greatest victories this year was against the West Coast in Perth. So they've travelled all right interstate. They might get the win here, but I think they'll be able to hold their heads high. Wren, Rogren. And this is looking dangerous. Fingertip of James. Modra. Oh, well, Mods would normally swallow those up. Dean Rice out of defence. Murphy with a big leap. He's too far out to score this time. Hume
has been a busy little player. Allen has not stopped trying all day. Wren knocks it on to Hart. Ben Hart to the half-forward line. The mark taken by Bond. He's a long kick. He brings it in towards Modra. He's got it. And the crowd are delighted. And so is Tony Modra.
And that was a better grab from Tony, because it looked like the last time he was almost expecting Milhanna to be there and punch it away, but he made that one his own.
Modra is kicked too. He'll kick from just inside 50. It's not a bad looking kick. It's a goal. Tony Modra, 16-17. Adelaide Crows, Carlton 13-7.
The Crows now just putting the finishing touches on a pretty good win here, because Carlton have thrown everything at them. They haven't worked as hard as Carlton, and that's no criticism. They've done enough to win. But Carlton have just been spurred on with the emotion of the occasion. They know their season's on the line. They know that their captain Kernahan was playing a big game as Peter Dean comes off the ground, and he started the game slowly, but he really has worked hard in this second half, and he comes off with a blood ball.
Well, the medical staff for both clubs have worked overtime here today, not to mention the umpiring medical staff, and there is not a player to replace Peter Dean. So the Blues are going to go ahead with 17 men. So hopefully they'll be able to patch him up quickly and get him back out there. Stephen Kernahan's there in the dugout. He certainly can't come back. Sexton, I'm not sure where he is, but he was carted off on a stretcher. Costa to Jarman. Beautiful. Modra. That's more like it. Well, he struggled in the first half, Tony Modra. But he's going for his third in this last quarter now, and he's fourth for the game.
Glorious skills, wasn't it?
Ah, yes. Jarman was very quiet earlier. Still just 12 possessions. Modra, 4 goals.
Well, a good get out of the centre by Sean Wren, who perhaps has been one of the most important players for the Crows today. May well have even been their best, because he started up in the forward line. He was very difficult to match up on. He kicked a goal and he created a couple of others. Then when the Blues were challenging midway through the second and third terms, he went into the middle of the ground and really did have a big impact on the game. So here's a player that could really be damaging for the rest of the season.
Peter Dean back on the ground. That might be too high on Kim Costa now. So well, bounce.
And in the 45 seconds they had 17 men. The Crows kicked a goal.
So just under 5 minutes left in this game. It's been an enjoyable game, mainly because Carlton haven't ever really looked like winning the game, but they just tried so hard. Hand pass comes out to Rashudo. Robin at half forward, and the floodgates just opening a little bit here.
It's been a good battle too, this one, between Robin, who started on Michael Sexton, who got poleaxed and was taken off the ground in the first quarter, and a great challenge for Lance Whitnell, who hasn't beaten Matthew Robin by any sense, but the imagination, but he's just held his own, and it would encourage the coach, I'm sure.
So Robin hooks it badly and probably out on the full, I would think it is. Silvani to take the kick. Robin has kicked 1 goal today. Peter Vardy's kicked 4 and Tony Modra have kicked 4. Robin's had 14 kicks and 3 handballs.
Flips off the back to Connell, Rashudo, Bickley. He goes the short pass. Caven couldn't mark this time. Bradley gets back to take the hand pass from McKay, and Craig Bradley now 30 kicks. He's second in the league for kicks, averaging 19, so he's bumped up the average today with a brilliant display. And Matthew Robin, in that marking contest, hit the ground pretty hard, and he's another one to be injured in this game. Gets up very slowly with a bit of assistance, and he's coming off too. There's been a great attrition rate today.
Yes, he'll be replaced by David. No, it won't. It'll be Brett Chalmers. Let's see what happens to him. Down, and he's hobbling off. Wren to kick from 60 metres. Sean Wren. I think it was touched off the boot. The umpire will call play on here. Vardy trying to latch onto it for goal number 5. He has bent it back, and it's just missed.
4 straight up until then.
Curls, can you see what's wrong with Matthew Robin?
Yes, it's back related, and well, you don't know how they're going to cool down. But Dennis Rich has had stitches inserted in the back of his neck.
Bradley gets another kick. Pearce applying the tackle. James, benched for a long time. Out wide to Sampson. Oh, unmarked. And this is a bit of a picnic here for Collins. Modra. He had a blanket thrown on him by Milhana earlier on, but he's thrown that off and is sparkling in this last quarter. He's kicked 3-1 in this last term. Coming up for his 5th goal for the day. And that's what a leading goal kicker does. For the turn.
And he has been aided by some absolutely outstanding delivery by the midfield of the Crows. Clay Sampson, well, he's impressed today. He got the ball onto Collins, and that was a pretty sharp kick. And he's also had delivery from Rashudo and from Jarman. And we've seen Darren Jarman kicking the ball down Dunster's throat for many years, and also to Modra. So he does give his forwards a good supply.
Allen looking for Whitehead. Here's Hume. Whitehead again. Bradley gets his boot to it. That's 31 kicks. Koutafidis has it knocked away by Sampson. He keeps it in fact. Good play by Clay Sampson. Back to James. Here's Wren. They love him. Oh, nice hand pass. Finds Matthew Connell, who steadies. Brings it in towards Modra. He's got it again. Don't tell me he's going to end up kicking 6 goals on Milhana after Hannah has played so well for 3 quarters on him.
Well, he has got the opportunity, and well, this one was as good a mark as it was kick. The kick wasn't pinpoint, but it gave him a chance, and he did the rest, Tony Modra.
Even on the lead, he jumps about 2 feet in the air. He's just got that terrific leap, and they'll go mad here, the crowd, if he kicks. It's out to the right. It's starting to swing. Not enough. It might be a mark. Now this is Chalmers, it is. He'll be now what is it, a mark or is it a behind? I think it's a mark. No, hit the post.
He must have hit the post on about the 3rd grab.
Let's have a look at it again, Gerard. Oh. That is a mark. It didn't go anywhere near the post. How could they do that?
It's all interpretation.
It had to be 3 feet away, wasn't it?
Oh, well. Oops, Milhana kicks into the man. Sampson did well. Sampson with all the hair, Mill with none. Dean. Centre half forward, Hamill. Wren spoiled him. Hamill recovered well. Bradley loses it. James. Last 30 seconds of the game. One more for the Crows. McLeod to Chalmers. Chopped off by Rice. Oh, Jarman slipped and got underneath it. Maybe one more for the Blues. Whitnell. Poor old kick off the left. Here's Bradley. Oh, he might as well kick it himself.
One for good luck.
Whitehead's there, but the spoil came. And a rush behind of the Blues. Well, it's amazing. It's going to finish up a 39-point game. The win of the Crows. Carlton gave their all, but it wasn't enough. The depleted Blues have been beaten by 39 points by, it must be said, the depleted Crows. And 18-19 to 13-8.
Song that we're hearing is now number 8 on the most popular songs here in Adelaide. Of course, the Port Adelaide song is number 3. And Neil Kerley is in the middle of the ground with one of the best on the ground in Sean Wren.
Yeah, thanks much, Gerard. Well, a long stint on the ball today.
Yeah, it was a bit different. So, hopefully my fitness is getting nearly around the squad.
The thing we see from the batter, the confidence is just starting to return.
I think the confidence has been there for a few weeks. I just haven't been. I've been grabbing at the ball a little bit, and today a few stuck. It was just a good feeling.
Yeah, your timing at the centre bounce today was much better too.
Oh, it all helps a little bit of time on the ball, and you know, it was just a great team win today.
Carlton were hard at it, weren't they?
Yeah, it was a funny sort of game. It was, you know, no one really busted out of the blocks, and you know, it was just a hard working effort, and we finally got there. So
very valuable 4 points.
Oh, absolutely. So you know, it just keeps us up there and keeps us in the hunt.
Well done, Sean. All the best. Back to you, Gerard.
And he's going to end up with a stiff neck, Curls, if he continued that interview for much longer.
Stephen Kernahan's celebration day turned sour pretty early with a calf injury. He was off halfway through the second quarter, and the Blues have lost. Malcolm Blight can rejoice in the prospect that, well, he's got revenge on his mind in the local derby next week against Port. They beat them the first time round. And then footy park games against the Bulldogs and Collingwood to follow. So the Crows have regained second spot on the ladder with that victory today, 1 game behind Geelong. Tony Modric at the smile, hardly saw it in the first half, and finished up with 5 goals. They'll have a few bruises tonight. Trent Orman-Allen certainly will. So I suppose it'll be one of the biggest weeks of their season when they get ready to take on Port Adelaide in the revenge local derby next week.
Yes, Derby too. I think they're referring to it over here. And, well, they were already talking about it midway through the week, and it's going to be a huge match here in Adelaide, and no doubt the Crows will want to exact some revenge on Port Adelaide, who gave them a nice old pasting earlier in the season. But it was a hard-fought victory because we knew that Carlton were determined to really have a real crack at it. Their season was on the line, and it took them the best part of 3.5 quarters, the Crows, to really break them, despite the fact that Carlton lost a couple of important players. And they did it with a number of their real stars not having their best game. Of course, Bickley was on Bradley and got stitched up, but he continued to work. Jarman didn't have his best day, but he's such a great player that he got 3 or 4 really important possessions. Even Mark Rasciuto really wasn't at his absolute best, but he finished the afternoon with 22 possessions. So a workmanlike performance by the team in Adelaide, the Adelaide Crows, and they'd be pretty pleased. And there's Peter Caven, who, geez, he's had a great time of it over here and could well go all the way with this team.
So what's this, number 8 on the hit parade, is it?
It is number 8 in the top 40.
The version with the orchestra or the players singing? Well, it was really tight all day. The margin was about 3 or 4 goals most of the time, but the Crows in the last quarter did skip away and won by 39 points, 18-19 to 13 goals 8. Carlton's accuracy certainly keeping them in it. And the goal kickers today, well, Tony Modra struggled. He was goalless to half-time. He kicked 4 in the last quarter, 5 for the game. Vardy 3 in the first quarter and 4 for the match. And for Carlton, Pearce got 3 and doubles to Justin Murphy, Allen and Whitehead. Kim Costa was one of the players around midfield for Adelaide. We had him down for about 21 possessions. I don't know whether he counts. He's down in the rooms here with Neil Kerley.
Yeah, thanks, Drew. Well, tough game out there today.
Yeah, it was very tough, you know, especially early, you know, like...
You cop on it, didn't you?
Yeah, Kerner's just give me one as I wasn't watching. I was running down, he just, you know, stopped and gave it the hip and shoulder, but I don't mind that sort of thing. I think it wakes you up a little bit, so, and I've been down the last few weeks, so I was just happy to sort of get back into it.
Spoke to Sean Wren. I guess from your point of view, or the players' point of view, one of the real pleasing features to see Sean Wren back in form.
When you see Rennie jumping around, taking marks over blokes and reaching and grabbing them, I think just inspires all the guys just for what he's done, you know, all the hard work he's put into his knee and everything, and he's just starting to find form, and I think it just motivates everyone around him.
Malcolm seems to have a lot of confidence with the younger players. He doesn't mind putting them in key roles.
Yeah, I think that's right. The young blokes, all they want to do is play footy. So when they get that opportunity to do a job, they go out and do it. So I think it's a good move.
The forward division, young Vardy early was very, very good, and then it sort of dried up for a while until Modra came good.
Yeah, Vards, he was getting a fair bit of it. He was inspirational, I suppose, that first term. Mods was pretty low all day until that last quarter, so it was great to see him come back and kick a 5 goals, so it was excellent.
Kim, thanks for your time. All the best.
No worries, thanks.
Back to you, Drew.
Kim Costa there with Neil Kerley. Well, the Crows can look forward to their local derby next week against Port Adelaide. And the West Australian local derby is on today. Fremantle taking on the West Coast Eagles. The game started not long ago. Let's take a look at some highlights of the first quarter.
The Western Derby is underway. There's the opening bounce. Gardner goes up, beaten by Burton. Fell at their feet. The Bonnies go in quickly. And there's an Eagle down and hurt. Very slow to get up his Cousins. Well, Ben Cousins is coming off the ground. A sensation at the opening bounce.
So Kemp just waited for the lead. Finally got it from Simmons. Back to Kemp.
Oh,
no,
that's a harsh.
50.
Oh.
He's given 50, Roscoe.
Rowan Sawyer's the most experienced umpire, saying that he hung on to Simmons as he tried to get around.
So Cousins is going to come onto the ground. Schofield's coming off as Simmons lines up for the first goal of the match. 45 metres out. You'll hear the roar. It tells the story. The Eagles are on the scoreboard.
Yes, and I think Peter Manager's talking to Rowan Sawyers now, just saying what was that for, and I think he has every right to question that as the captain.
It's the first time I've seen a player run down Fraser Gehrig. So Parker must be exceptionally quick. Chance for Kemp to run into the open goal and bangs it through. So the youngster from East Ringwood in Victoria gives it across to Leach. Kicks up towards Waterhouse in front this time. Strong overhead. He's bouncy. Can kick the ball. It's a big bomb deep into the forward line. Waiting in the back. Clement looked like he had the sit. Good body work there by McKenna. Ball comes out. Man goes to ground. And a free kick. And it's going to the Dockers. He can kick a goal. Peter Mann, the skipper. 40 metres out. Waterhouse unloads. It's a big bomb. Deep into the forward line. One for the high flyers. Clement's got it. The Dockers have never won a quarter against the Eagles.
First quarter action from Subiaco Oval, and the Dockers in front by a point. 2-1-13 to the Eagles. 2 goals, 12. And did you see Ben Cousins there at the opening bounce? We'll be back here at Football Park after a short break. Final scores here again at Football Park with the Adelaide Crows, not overly impressive, but doing what they had to do, and second place on the ladder after their 39-point win over Carlton, who were really good today in defeat. They kept on losing players, but fought it right out. Now, let's have a look at the ladder, and West Coast and Fremantle still in progress. We haven't included the result of the St Kilda-Collingwood game because many stations taking a replay shortly, but status quo up at the top, Geelong, Adelaide, Sydney in the top 3.
Yes, and if...
The 1997 AFL Premiership season, proudly brought to you by Foster's Light Ice for extreme refreshments. Telstra, making life easier. Qantas, the spirit of Australia. And McDonald's, the official restaurant of the AFL.
And let's have a look at the matches next week. I think my mathematics might be a bit ordinary. 41 points rather than 39. I did fail maths. So let's have a look at the next week's round. And North Melbourne and Brisbane, a night game at the MCG. Oh, gee, that'll be a good game.
Yes, that'll be an absolute belter up there at the MCG at night. You'd probably favour the home side, North Melbourne. And have a look what we've got on Saturday. Well, a traditional battle there, Carlton versus Collingwood at the MCG. Toss the coin on that performance, but clearly Carlton, if they work as hard as they did today, will go in expecting a victory. But Collingwood, well, we know how good they can play. The Western Bulldogs, well, they certainly do need a victory. They really are at a real low at the present time, and if they're to maintain their drive for the finals, they need a win against Melbourne Hawthorn and the West Coast, well, clearly the West Coast will be favoured there despite it being at the park, but Hawthorn also need to rebound. Fremantle, well, at Richmond, big victory yesterday, and then 3 great games coming on Sunday. Sydney versus St Kilda, you'd have to favour the home side. Essendon and Geelong should be a great one at the MCG. And Port Adelaide versus Adelaide, the showdown, number 2.
They're calling it Showdown 2. It should be fantastic, and the whole of Adelaide can't wait for Port against Adelaide next week.
Well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football.
This has been a 7 Sports production.
The 1997 Premiership season, proudly brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors, Sip and Save, Ultra Tune, Mitre 10 and Nike.